Yes, welcome here back to Sydney University Oval number 1. It is the afternoon final. Sydney Uni taking on Manly after Manly having that cracking win. Manly having that cracking win at this morning, beating Eastern Suburbs to make their way through to this game. The team are back again. Georgia, great to see you.
Thanks. It's like we never left.
You might not have. Shane Evans is here as
like
well.
We've been here for 2 hours.
Yeah, we're all back here. Look,
watching cars go around a track.
We did a few other things too. Shout out Nick Kutniak. We were watching him on SBS.
I was more heckling, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just the same thing. But no, looking forward to seeing what should be a good final. We almost had a rain delay, but luckily enough, the heavens opened and then shut, so we can start the game in 4 minutes.
Yeah, we're right here, ready to go. We can see the two opening batters for Manly. We can tell you that Sydney Uni did win the toss and elect to bowl. So thanks for those who are watching through Frogbox as well via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel. We'll be able to keep the comms on this afternoon, let you know what's going on here, and our listeners on Sydney Sports Radio and Triple H 100.1 FM. Those calls are delivered by our great station sponsor in Menulog. So the two teams for this afternoon clash. First up for Sydney Uni, you've got Jack Attenborough, Patrick Z, Yuraj Sharma, the skipper and the keeper Tim Cummins, Charles Litchfield. There you go, two brothers that have siblings that play for Australia. Mm-hmm. That's the Sydney Uni way. Tom Collier, Bailey Lidgard, Henry Simon, Cameron Frendo, Kieran Tate and Darcy Mooney round out the 11 for Sydney Uni. And Manly, they're playing an unchanged team from this morning's clash. Joel Davies, Matt Brewster, Jay Lenton, Ashkay Joseph, Joel Foster, Aylin Beadle, Adam Crosswaite, Root Dillon, Julian Osborne, Nick Toomey and Zach Tuortha. So, as I said, two cracking lineups for this one. Winner will go through to the semi-finals next weekend. As I said, we can see the two openers for Manly in front of us. The umpires making their way out now. Georgia, Shane, a tip.
Ladies first.
I was going to say you go first because I think we all know where I'm going with mine.
We know where you're.
I'm tipping the umpires for a great game.
and you've been sitting here all day saying, "There's no bias here today." That went out the door about 2 balls into the commentary today when you started talking about the women's, but no, I'm just hoping for one thing: it does not go to a super over.
Oh, please no!
I do not want it to go.
Oh no!
We've been here long enough.
Also, with the rain around, or the very dark clouds that have come across, if it does go that far, there's a very good chance that it won't happen. But also, just to let everyone know that if rain does stop games from going ahead, not getting minimum 5 overs, the home teams for these finals will progress automatically as the highest team.
Yes, they will, but as I said, this is going to be a fascinating clash. We thank you for wherever you're listening or tuning in to this one. And it will be Kieran Tate to take the first over here from the southern or broadcast end of Sydney University Oval. It will be Matt Brewster on strike for the Manly Waratahs, and to take you through first 5 overs with Georgia will be our good friend Kiwi Mick Ronish.
Thank you very much, Matt Mann. So quarter-final time now and the Kingsgrove T20 comp, and Kieran Tate, who's an experienced campaigner, will be leading the attack from our broadcasting end of the ground.
Grandstand end.
Matt Brewster had an absolute blinder in the earlier match. What a run chase that was.
Oh,
Manly defeating Eastern Suburbs, and they had about 15 balls left and 8 wickets left.
That was amazing.
So a good crowd here for a 3 p.m. kickoff. It's got rather cloudy and windy.
Like, you'd think watching the live stream, if it if you could see it at all, you wouldn't know it's the same day.
Yeah, it's
and
totally
2 hours apart.
Totally different weather to the earlier game. So
I kind of like this weather though. I might actually prefer it because it was pretty warm
I agree.
that first game.
Still kind of warm though. It's not really cold, but we're just waiting for that official 3 o'clock time to tick over. And yeah, Matt Brewster out there with Joel Foster. Quarter-final time here, and winner goes through to the semi-finals next Sunday. So here goes Tate. It's pushed into the offside. They'll pick up an early single. Nice little start there by Brewster. Just getting an early run. Remarkable run chase of chasing 194. Manly got it in 17.3 overs.
What, no 6 to start with?
I know.
I thought that's just what he did every day. Bang.
Got to remember with cricket, each game is a different match, even if it's on the same day.
You do have to
it's
take
pretty
it on.
rare to have it.
You have to take it on its merits, obviously. Different bowler, different team.
Everything
all
all starts again each game, doesn't it? So,
well, except for my mindset, clearly. Straight back out there.
So here goes Foster, the left-handed batter on strike. Beautiful drive through the covers. They'll pick up one to the man on the fence out there at deep cover. So just a nice little cautious start here by Manly. Just resetting. There was pretty much a 2-hour break between games. The earlier match finished at 1 o'clock and this starting at 3 o'clock. So they've had 2-hour break. Almost 2 hours it was between games.
Roughly.
Sydney University, it's their first game of the day, of course. Yep. And here goes Tate now to Brewster. Yorker, that's a beauty. Right up in that block hole. Couldn't get that one away. Windy, cloudy conditions. Quite overcast here for this quarter-final. We'll give you some updates of the other 3 matches happening. All the quarter-finals are on. And at about 6 o'clock tonight, we'll know the semi-finalists of this competition. Here goes Tate. Oh, swing and a miss outside the off stump. A few of the Sydney Uni fans below us there enjoying the start. Like we said, though, Georgia, I mean, Manly in the last game faced Conway in the first over and got about 17 runs. Each game of cricket is to be done on its merit. Everything starts again.
Different situations.
Yeah, Manly have to reset their batting first. This time they're not chasing.
Yep.
So whether it be a different day or 2 games on the same day, it all starts again. Here goes Tate. Slashes it through the covers. Will it beat the fielder? Yes, it will. The first boundary of the quarter-final. Blazing along the ground. Brewster continues that great touch from that elimination final win against Eastern Suburbs. No wicket for 6 here in the first over.
I can see the Sydney University media intern sitting down. Hey, maybe I should have got my headshot done because I was supposed to do that at training.
Oh, Tate gets a key wicket. Brewster's gone. Going for the big hoik. He's played it onto his stumps. And Tate just bowling that tight line and length. And Brewster, a key man, is gone for 5. And after 1 over, the Manly Waratahs are 1 for 6.
Well, it's a very different story what we're seeing now compared to the first game. But just unfortunate, chopping the ball onto his stumps. Unfortunately, sometimes these situations cannot be avoided. No matter how much we rethink and evaluate our plans, these things just happen. But off to a nice start.
So Brewster gone for 5 off 5. And Jay Lenton out to the middle now, the wicket-keeper for this Manly team, left-handed batter. Let's see who will take up the attack from the other end. We'll find out very shortly. Wicket-keeper, of course,
61.
Tim Cummins up at the stumps.
I think it's 61 down the other end.
Yep, so that'll be Henry Snyman. So Henry Snyman to take up the attack from the hillside of the ground, end of the ground. Looks like it might be a little bit of right arm spin from that warm-up. We'll soon find out.
Oh, let him be ambidextrous, please.
Here we go, a bit of spin. Pretty flat. Through the gap for 4, you'd think, as it races along the carpet.
Yeah.
And it makes that boundary. Joel Foster dissecting the fielders on the offside. So straight away they're just trying to get these early runs in the opening overs of this quarterfinal. And again we see a team opening at one of the ends with a spinner.
Yep.
Here in
I feel like it's the way to go now with T20.
Quite common,
if
yeah.
you have that that spinner you can depend on.
Oh, that's an edgy shot, no run. So it squirts out into the onside.
Trickles.
Yeah, Henry Snyman throwing it up there.
Oh, this breeze is picking up.
Yeah, the wind is coming through quite heavily towards us. And he's driven this down the ground for 4. What a cracking shot there.
I would like to say I did save the electrical equipment.
I know. Thought that could happen. The water goes a tumbling.
I was thinking.
Joel Foster, what a nice drive. So he's sliced it through the offside, and now the drive down the ground, trying to get things moving for this Manly team. Snyman again. Flatter and shorter. No run into the offside. Foster through to 9 runs. And he's gone for it again. Didn't time that one. They will pick up a single into the onside. So Snyman kind of mixing it up here, throwing some up there and some a bit quicker and flatter as Jay Lenton gets ready to face his first delivery.
It's good variation from the spinner. It's good variation, keeping the batter on their toes, not quite sure what's going to come out of it.
Yeah, you can't just bowl the same ball every ball now in 2020 as well as a bowler, can't you?
Like, you need to have a repertoire of what you're going to bowl.
Yeah. Just cautiously pushes us into the offside. 2 overs gone. The Manly Waratahs 1 for 15.
But I mean, if you are a listener out there who does have the similar repertoire to me, right arm, whatever comes out, that's also okay. I love when the umpires turn to you and go, that was a good ball. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Was not expecting that in the slightest.
Yeah, I'm lucky to get it on the pitch these days. I'm terrible. My bowling. So Tate's going to continue. So Foster 10 off 6, Lenton 0 off 1. Snyman goes for 9 runs off his first over. Early days here in this quarterfinal. Here goes Tate again. Push through the gap in the offside for 1 to that man on the fence. Out at deep cover. Henry Snyman doing the fielding on the boundary on that beautiful ground here at Sydney University Oval. Here goes Tate again. Shout for LBW, gone! Tate has got his man. A little bit of movement in there. And Sydney University had their second wicket already. That one swung in, I reckon, maybe with a bit of the breeze playing a factor.
I love how we have the added support over here. Like, there was a bit of an added appeal.
Yeah, I know.
It really adds to the atmosphere. I quite like it.
And Joel Davies, who played a blinder in the elimination final, coming to the wicket. Kieran Tate, 2 early wickets in this match. And Joel Foster is gone.
No, Joel Foster's there. That was Jay Lenton.
Sorry, that was Jay Lenton. Jay Lenton is gone.
Probably some big wickets there already. I mean, we saw
Jay Lenton gone for a duck off 2 deliveries.
And Jay Lenton led the way with a couple of other batters in that first game. So I mean, anything can happen here.
So Tate now to Davies, left-handed batter at the wicket. Oh,
that was something there.
Yep. Goes for the big swing outside the off stump, the batter through to the keeper for no run. As the breeze swirling around Sydney University Oval. 2 for 16 in the third over here are the Manly Waratahs. Here goes Tate again. Oh, nice little clip off the pads, straight to the fielder, and Charles Litchfield. So this is a really tight over here by Tate. 1 run off the first 4 deliveries. Drives it. They'll pick up 1. Doing the fielding there, Darcy Mooney. Nice tight over here by Karen Tate. And Joel Foster on strike now. He's on 11 off 7. They might need a bit of a partnership here, this Manly team.
Definitely.
Full toss. Glides it down to the man on the fence for 1. And after 3 overs, Manly, 2 for 18. So you'd have to say Sydney University on top early.
I mean, early, yes, but as we were saying in our first game as well, you can't make these assumptions and these these guesses so early on. I mean, the first game we saw a very different situation. The mindset in particular was trying to get into, this next phase, this qualifying final. And now it's like, well, the stakes have raised again. It's like if we win this, we go into the semis. So again, very different tactics. Possibly, especially with Sydney fielding first.
Here goes Snyman. Plays it late. Does Foster straight to the man at point. Patrick Z in there at point today. So they've got a man at long on and long off outside the circle at the moment. Oh, this is quick and flat.
Whoa, what a pickup.
They will come through for 1.
Well backed up too.
Yeah.
Love a bit of a heckle from the crowd.
Yeah. Tell you what, the players quite often can hear it out there too, just quietly.
We honestly can.
Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it. They say I'll block it all out, but you hear it.
Oh, trying to funnel all, what you hear is so hard, especially when you're out there too.
Driven, straight to the man, no run.
You've got about a million things going through your head, depending on where you're at in the game as well. But you can hear every little thing, and you suddenly become so hyper aware of everything that's around you.
Yeah, when you're concentrating as well.
When you're concentrating, you know how you see them in the Australian team.
Oh, that's nearly bowled. He does like a little flat delivery, this spinner Snyman.
Almost, it
bowls
kicks up,
low
but
and
not
flat.
quite.
Yep, he doesn't mind throwing in the quicker one. As he bowls now to Davies. Straight to the man at point. This is another tight over. Ooh. 2 for 19, 1 ball left in the 4th. Sydney University are tying them down early on.
They're setting the standards as well. This is the standard that,
yeah,
you're going to have to
totally different to the last game.
Yeah.
Full toss. It'll go to the man on the fence at Cow Corner. And after 4 overs, Manly are 2 for 20.
Yesterday, we did have to explain to a player what Cow Corner was.
Yeah.
because
probably thought it was a farm.
Well, it's not written on the position sheet, is it?
No.
Like she looked at it and went, "Wait, what?" I mean, the little tricks of the trade and the abbreviations and the shorthands that you hear, they're pretty interesting if you're an outsider as well.
So it's going to be Bailey Lidgard now to bowl. Another spinner coming in. So obviously they think, let's bowl some spin here. It's working. As the wind's swirling around the oval. As they've got a few more, they've got about 4 players on the fence. Here goes Lidgard. Reverse sweep, this could go for 4. Great shot by Davies just to break the shackles there. He did that in the earlier match. Pulls out that reverse sweep. Players who have got that down packed, it's hard to bowl to them.
Yeah, you can't pinpoint a certain place to bowl to them.
Yeah, it's hard. Again, chance for LBW! Ooh. Missing the stump, says the umpire, Syed Humayim. There would have been an eruption in the grandstand if that was out, because they know Davies is probably the key man here.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Just drives this one down the ground. They might get 2 here. And they will. Beautifully placed between the fielders out on the fence. Lidgard with the left arm spin. That's a wide down the leg side here. So Davies on 8 off 10, Foster 13 off 10. Kind of got him on the block hole there. He digs it out for 1. Joining you for the next 5 overs very soon will be Matt Mears and Shane Evans, the 18th. So here goes...
Wow.
Yikes.
Driven past the bowler, and they'll run through for a single. So they've really kept them in control after Manly were absolutely blazing in their run chase against East. This is a totally different situation. Here goes Lidgard. Drives it down the ground for 1. Does Davies, and after 5 overs, Manly 2 for 30. Over to Matt Mears and Shane Evans.
Thank you very much, Kiwi. As I said, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Triple H 100.1 FM Sydney Sports Radio coverage of the Kingsgrove Sports Centre T20 Final Series. Manly Warringah Waratahs taking on Sydney University. As I said, brought to you by our great station sponsor in Menulog. And if you're tuning in via the Frog Box and the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel, welcome to you as well. We appreciate you joining us for here. As I said, big game. Winner will be through to the semi-finals next Sunday of this great competition. So it'll be Simon to continue from the northern end as Davies hits this one down to long off for a single.
Well, speaking of Sydney Uni, we'll go across to the women's first grade T20 competition. And congratulations to Sydney Uni there. They have won by Duckworth Lewis Stern over Gordon. Chasing 124, end up being 5 for 103.
Oh, delicately played. That one down to the fielder inside the circle. Another single to the total.
Yeah, you may have heard Georgia sitting there saying that hopefully it'll be 3 for 3. The second grade ladies.
Oh, well, I think they're going 4 for 4.
Yeah.
I would have. Oh, Davies goes straight. There's a fielder there.
Short. No.
No.
I'm
claiming the catch.
I'm going to say no. That's short.
umpires told Davies to stay. The umpires are going to deliberate on this one. Sydney Uni have claimed the catch.
No,
It's not on the frog box.
No, the only reason I'm looking at it is because when you look at the player that's down there, his hands are coming back to him.
Yeah, well,
if you're diving forward, your hands should be reaching, not coming up.
Well, they've said not out, the umpires.
So I've got a feeling Saeed's seen the same thing. He's literally just seen the same thing. He's saying, you're not coming forward, you're coming back. Which, if you're coming back, that means the ball's bounced. Yeah. But as I said, if you're diving forward, your hands should be extending, not coming back to catch the recoil off the field. So,
well, all that ends up being a single to Davies after all that.
But I'll give the umpires very good credit for that, having good communication.
Next delivery to Foster, and he cuts it well between the fielder, between point and backward point. Makes them pay 4 more to the total. It was nicely picked gap there, Shane.
It definitely was then. Well hit there by Foster, about to put it through the gap. Going back to Sydney Women's first grade competition, congratulations to the Sydney Cricket Club. They have defeated Bankstown by 64 runs. There was no DLS required on that. And gets the other scores after this delivery.
And the wind picking up here. Completely different conditions. That one's up in the block hole to Foster, but he gets it to the fielder inside the circle for a single.
Also, we can tell you that Northern Districts have caused a boil over down at Manly Oval, chasing down Manly's 8 for 124.
Davies on the back foot. Straight to the fielder inside the circle, but again, another single to the total. Overdone now. So after 6, 2 for 39 to Manly. Simon's first 2 overs going for 20. First 3 overs, my apologies, going for 20.
Out at Maryland's Oval, another women's first grade match. Parramatta taking on Penrith in the Western Derby. Parramatta posting 4 for 158. Penrith 6 for 155. Needing 4 off the last over to cause what would be to seem to be a ball over. As we know, Penrith have been struggling in the first grade competition for the last couple of seasons. Campbelltown Camden absolutely demolished St George Sutherland. St George Sutherland all out for 89. Campbelltown chased that one down inside of 10 overs to pick up a bonus point.
Yeah, we'll keep those ground-the-ground scores coming through the afternoon. As I said, women's second grade will be kicking off very shortly in those triple headers, plus the 3 other quarterfinals in this Kingsgrove Sports Centre Men's 2020 competition as well. We will find out those 4 teams to play next Sunday as Darcy Mooney into the attack for the first time, and it's short and it's put onto the leg side. Davies will look for 2, but well in from the boundary was Charles Litchfield. He was able to cut off the second run.
Well, speaking of the men's qualifying finals this afternoon, Fairfield Liverpool are batting first against West. Fairfield are 1 for 35 out at Pratton Park.
Mooney comes in this time to Foster, and it's down leg, and he flicks it across the top. Litchfield's got another chase in him.
Save the lead.
Oh, he's done the big dive. He looks to be okay, but as Shane said, in vain. And 4 more to the total for Foster. He moves to 24. Davies is on 14.
Heading out to Bankstown Oval. Bankstown are hosting Northern Districts. Northern Districts are batting first after being sent in by Bankstown. They are 1 for 36. And the other game out at Randwick Petersham, we have no score update. The carrier pigeon has fallen asleep.
Oh, that's a better delivery by Mooney. You can hear the applause for that one.
Yeah, so the Randwick Petersham Mossman game, unfortunately on Play HQ, is not working at this moment, but as soon as we do see some updates, we will let you know what is going on. There may just be a scoring issue aligning with the electronics.
Oh, we'll see if we can get some score updates. Maybe the Frog Box might be showing something later on, but we'll definitely have those 4 teams by the end of today, as the next one is pushed out into the offside. And Long Off comes in and captures that one for another single. So it's been a good start from Mooney. Said lots of support here from the Sydney Uni faithful to our right. Oh, played away again. Is it in the gap? Yes, it is. 4 runs for Davies, just on that leg stump. Can't bowl there to left-handers, can you, Shane? And as I said, that longer side of Sydney University Oval finds the gap between the fielder out there at fine leg and square leg.
You can't bowl there to any left-handers, but at the moment with Joel Davies just in such a rich vein of form, you just can't bowl anywhere that's too short or even a foot outside off or leg. He will just put you anywhere in the field where he can find there's no player.
So Mooney for his final delivery of his first over, and Davies again, just soft hands, puts it inside the circle. There's no fielder there. Great running with those fielders back on that long boundary. Soft hands sees them get back for 2. So Mooney's first over goes for 12. Manly starting to push the go button after 7 overs. 2 for 51.
I know we were talking about with Georgia just a couple of seconds ago about the women's second grade being the late games now for when they're in T20 mode. We can tell you, obviously, with UTS North Sydney not having a first grade side, their Brewers started at 10. The second grade out at Tunks, now not being played on Bon Andrews, is currently batting against Greater Hunter Coast. They are, with North Sydney, currently 6 for 79 after 15 overs out there, with their top scorer being Sharon Julian, who's one of their young stars, who left Norths, went to Parramatta last year for an opportunity. Obviously didn't work out, so she's come back to North Sydney, and she was top scorer opening with 27.
Bailey Lidgard back with his left arm spinners, and delicately played by Foster. Past the fielder inside the circle. As I said, you hear the appreciation there. Said Tom Collier drags it in from inside the boundary, but not before Manly pick up a couple of runs. As I said, just delicately played, wasn't it, Shane?
It definitely was, but if you're Joel, you'd be very annoyed because you can see the seam where the pitches are joined and hit that sandpot and just died.
The first one's this next delivery's up in the block hold of Davies, and he just punches it down the ground for a single.
Even though the ground does look patchwork now at the moment, obviously it's had a fair bit of AFL on it during the winter months, but give it a couple of months once it's all rebedded in, this will be really nice as usual.
Oh, Foster goes big. There's a fielder there, but over his head, 6 runs. Taking on the fielder on the boundary towards the short eastern side. And I said he kept him interested, Shane, but it just kept floating with the wind. Over his head, 6 runs to the total for Manly.
Unless you're Jason Holder, you're not getting within 3 feet of it.
Next delivery, it's shorter, flatter outside off stump, and Foster pushes it down the ground. Long Off will field that one. Another single to the total.
Yeah, this is all the Waratahs have to do just for the next couple of overs. Is just consolidate, turn the strike over, get to about the 12, 13 over mark, around the 9,500 mark, and then look to increase that.
Oh, Davies goes right. Oh, just bounces short of that fielder. He was 2 balls ago. It was over his head. This one bounces short, and it's a single for Davies.
It's almost like the fielders out on the fence. They're now trying to judge for the wind and not realise that it may land short.
Yeah, final. Next delivery, punch down the ground by Foster. And that was the final delivery of the over. So 8 gone here at Sydney Uni Oval number 1. And it is the Manly Waratahs 2 for 64 off 8. And if you are just tuning in, we do thank you for listening to our Kingsgrove Sports and a T20 coverage, Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM. I said proudly delivered by our great sponsor at Menulog. And I said for those tuning in via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel through the Frog Box, we appreciate you joining us for here, the big quarter final. Said winner will join 3 other teams next Sunday for those all-important semi-finals. I said no triple header finals day this year, according to the draw, as bowler from the Southern End is Friendo, and push down the ground. They'll look for 2, but no. Good work from Mooney as you hear the appreciation. He cuts off the 2 back to a single.
Yeah, just heading back out to Bankstown Oval. Bankstown taking on Northern Districts. Northern Districts being sent in. 1 for 67. Lockie Shaw, 36 not out. Addison Sheriff made the move from North. He's the only wicket to fall.
Down the ground. Ooh, just bounces short of Mooney here at long on. I said Manly now starting to live a little bit dangerously. I said the conditions are lightening up a little bit here. I would not say that it's back to the blue skies we saw this morning for the early game, but I said there are some patches of light coming through. Covers were on before this game started as next delivery Foster just plays it into the onside. I said good work from Charles Litchfield. Keeps it to a single. He's got a lot of running to do to make sure he stays away from Shane after Shane costing his sister 100. Next delivery comes down the ground. Mooney cuts it off for a single.
Well, I can tell you we've got someone actually listening to us. First grade umpire Mark Nichol he's out of Coogee. There was a delayed start. They're literally just about to bowl their first delivery.
Okay, so that's why there's been no carry pigeons, because there's nothing to carry as the next one gets punched through the offside by Foster.
Thank you very much, Mark Nichol, one of our Premier Cricket first panel umpires. Appreciate the comment. And he's also told us that Mossman will be batting first.
Well, thank you for that. We do appreciate those tuning in, and even more appreciate the updates coming through as Davies looks to go leg side. Finds some open ground, but again, Litchfield, was almost going to say that he made good ground and sweeps it up, but just the little bobble there, sees it go through the fingers, and Manly finished with a 4 off the end of this over. It was good up until then, but Frendo's first over goes for 9, and after 9 overs, 2 for 73 Manly. Foster is 39, Davies 28.
Yeah, it's just that patchwork quilt that they've got out here on the field where, you know, if you're on the main part of the ground where it's still very green that you can see on the Frog Box feed, you know the bounce is going to be fairly true, but just where the different patches meet up, obviously it's a little bit bare in some spots, but as I said, give it a few weeks. Once it's had time to bed in with all the newer grass that will be coming out onto the surface in the next week or two, it'll look really nice when you're coming here late November for games, be it men's or women's games, to be played here on Uni 2.
Well, the Fireys are here now. What did you do, Georgia?
She's safe for once. What's Kiwi done is the question.
Who's been up in the science lab over the weekend? Uh-oh. Yeah, who's been in the educational science lab? Has Tate coming back for his third over. 2 for 9 off his first 2. They'll be looking for a wicket. Good fielding there. Doesn't stop it, but he does be able to bat it down. That was a certain 4 runs. But they only pick up the single.
Yeah, that was just very lucky to have that. Just to get enough of a hand on it, just to deflect it away. But if he hadn't, that's rolling down into the Manly change rooms for 4. Very delicate, very cute.
Yeah, Tate in again to Davies. He looks to go leg side, but can only punch it down the ground. And another single to the total. Said it's not the crash bang wallet we saw from Manly. They were 100 off the first 10 in that big run chase earlier in the day. But as I said, the sunshine's gone, the wind's picked up. I said completely different conditions here, having to change on the fly, but the run rate is still good. Tate's been bowling well, though, as again it's run off the face of the bat by Foster. Fielded cleanly, but can't stop them taking the single.
Back at that game out of Bankstown, I can tell you Lockie Shaw is going absolutely ballistic. He is 48 off 18, 3 4s, 3 6s. Chris Green has joined him. He's 12 from 12.
Yeah, but how's Lockie Shaw? He's playing for Australia A and then couldn't even get in that New South Wales team on Thursday. As JV's square drive this out on the boundary. They have a lot of work to do. He's going to have to reach for it, but he manages to get back for 2. But he was over there for the Australia A game, Lockie Shaw, and then couldn't even break the New South Wales team coming back. That's crazy. But as I said, there was about 8 wicket keepers that seemed to be in that New South Wales lineup, with Philippi coming back in with Jilks. As I said, they're covering wicket keepers, but Lockie Shaw playing as a batter for New South Wales and for the Sixers. Well, he goes towards the offside and bang! 6 runs from Davies. He gets inventive. I said Tate's been bowling a good line and length, so he gets outside the off stump. No one back at fine leg, but it wouldn't have mattered. Sails over for 6.
Mossman lost an early wicket in their first over. They're 1 for 9 after 1. Once again, thank you very much, Mark Nicol, and we will take all your comments at the moment until the carrier pigeon and frog box decide to work for us.
Final delivery of the 10th, and he goes, it stays a bit low, tries to play through the offside, but no run there. So 10 overs gone. Manly are 2 for 84. You're listening to our Triple H Sport coverage here of the Kingsgrove Sports Centre T20 Cup Final Series, delivered by our great station sponsors in Menulog. And to take you through the next 5 overs, Kiwi Mick and Georgia.
Thank you, Matt Maz. Yes, so that was a great 5 over period for Manly. They actually got 64 runs and lost no wickets in that 5 over period. So
a good little rebuild there.
More than a good rebuild.
It would have been a little different if that wicket was given, but you know.
True.
That's okay. That's okay.
So Friendo to continue bowling. Foster 41 off 26. Goes for the reverse sweep. Beats the fielder inside the circle. It rolls away for 4. So these two are batting really well now. They've got their eyes in.
Something needs to give.
Yeah.
And what is it going to be?
Davies at the other end. He's 37 off 27. So here go the Manly Waratahs after being tied down early on. The last 5 or 6 overs looking very good. Oh, caught and bowled. Caught and bowled. Friendo gets his man, flighting it up. And Foster hitting it straight back to the bowler. A few words exchanged out in the middle here, I tell ya.
I'll tell you what, did you...
There's a few words. There's a bit of spice out here. Still going.
Did you hear what a couple of the spectators said as well? They're like, yeah, third man, yeah, let's review it.
So Foster gone for 45. He's done a good job, though, opening up. And he wasn't happy being given. It was pretty obviously out.
Roll. Like the last thing you want is to walk off and people be asking you, was that out?
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know.
So here goes Akshay Joseph, the new man at the wicket. He hasn't actually had to bat today because they were so impressive in that first match, not requiring their number 5 batter.
Well, at least he'll be fresh.
He'll be fresh as a daisy. Fresh as a daisy. He's been here since 10 in the morning, and he finally gets a bat at 3:40 in the afternoon in a 2020 match, and he's a number 5 batter. Figure that out. So, seriously though, here goes.
It's called dedication.
Yeah, Friendo getting a key wicket here. So Joseph on strike, right-handed batter. Oh! It's nearly bowled. They're going to pick up a bye.
He's nearly bowled. He's nearly caught.
They're going to come back for 2, and they're home.
Almost run out. Wow.
The fielding could have been better down there, and they get a couple of runs. Matter of fact, did he get a bit of bat on that?
I think he did.
He did get an edge on that one. Very lucky way to get off the mark for Joseph. He's
that could have gone very wrong.
Here goes Frendo again. Pulls out the reverse sweep and nails a boundary. Joseph's not going to muck around. Pulls out the big reverse sweep. So it's 3 for 94 here in the 11th over. Another intriguing game on our hands.
It's amazing how Frog Box is used even at the ground as
I know. Plays it late, straight back to the bowler, dot ball.
Because I mean, my friends and I, we do that when we go to the cricket to watch the Sixes and stuff. We'll get the camera out and be like, we'll get the phone out and be like, oh, what happened there?
Yeah. Again, the reverse sweep. This could roll away for 4 as well. Yes, it does. Joseph picking up the tempo beautifully, showing no fear at all. And after 11 overs, Manly are 3 for 98.
I'll tell you what, we're back on track. What's your score prediction? I don't think it's going to be 190.
Nah. I reckon Davies is still out there. I'll go 175, I reckon they'll get here.
That's very specific.
I predict 175.
Okay. I mean,
so Joseph's 10 off 4, 2 reverse sweeps to go with it. Frendo, 2 overs, 1 for 23. And again, it's going to be Lidgard with his left arm spin to Davies. Clips it around the corner. They'll run through for the first one hard, and that's all they'll get. So Akshay Joseph taking guard, and he is playing his shots early. 2 reverse sweeps within his first 4 balls.
Can he do it again?
Lidgard now. He'll just drive this one down the carpet for 1. That's 100 for Manly. After 11.2 overs, 3 for 100 here in the quarterfinal of the Kingsgrove T20 Cup competition. He's gone for this one, Davies. And he's caught on the fence. That's a huge wicket. Davies is gone. Caught at cow corner. Playing his shots.
They come from everywhere as well.
And that could be the key wicket of this match, because Davies has gone for 38. No doubt about that one. Probably... He caught that one probably, half a metre off the ground.
I think they call that rubbing salt in the wound.
And coming to the wicket now will be Adam Crothwaite. Joel Davies has batted very well all day, pretty much getting the match-winning half-century in the first game and a good 38 today.
Sorry,
in this game.
I'm still laughing at that comment. Did you catch it?
I know. So here's another batter who's been waiting all day for a bat, number 6.
We could say that so many times
Adam
today.
Crothwaite. It's pretty rare you see a T20 when they only lose 2 wickets in the chase, really.
Yeah, only the top 4 batters are used. But I mean, it is doable. We've seen it done.
Yeah. So Crothwaite, right-handed batter. And I think this first innings of this game's at a bit of a tipping balance here. Manly's got to be careful. They don't want to get rolled over.
Was it 4 for 100? Yeah. I mean, you don't want to play it too cautious because then
you got to go, I reckon, at least 160.
At least, yeah, I'd say
150, 160 minimum. I reckon
for a men's game that is generally the benchmark that you're aiming for.
Plays this late, no run, chance of a run out, not out. Doing the fielding in there was Yuvraj Sharma. Oh, he's played this one through his legs. It's all happening. That would have been out of Cummins hit the stumps. So Manly just getting the little shakes a little bit. It would have been out.
It would have been out.
Great view of that one on
His
Frog
bat
Box.
just wasn't in the crease if it had hit.
Plays it late. They'll get one. So 12 overs gone. Manly 4 for 101.
That was a pretty clean over. We'll give him that.
Yeah, it was.
Like, it really pulled it back after all the energy that's happened.
3 overs, 1 for 26. And now Manly have pretty much 2 new batters out there at the wicket. So Frendo's going to continue here. As Crothwaite takes guard. They have a deep square leg, a deep mid-wicket, a long off, and a long on in place, and also man at deep cover. So they've really split the field here. We've got a lot of men out on the rope. Driven along the carpet to one of those players out on the fence. Akshay Joseph back on strike. No fair, playing a couple of reverse sweeps to start off. Cool overcast conditions now in Sydney. Just getting close to 4 o'clock. Clips this one into the onside. Ooh, I thought about 2. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Better off not to risk it, especially at this point. You've got wickets that have been tumbling consistently, semi-consistently.
You don't want to let it get out of control, wicket after wicket after wicket.
You don't want it to get to the point where you can't actually save yourselves.
Dances down the wicket, got him bowled. Frendo with the flight, with the guile, and eventually gets his man. That was a beautiful little off-spinner.
That was gorgeous.
The off-spinner, like Daniel Vittori and Mitchell Santner.
Oh, really?
2 famous New Zealand spinners.
All right, now name 2 Australian.
Adam Zampa, Nathan Lyon.
I was going to say, that was a very big pause.
I said Daniel Vittori. I said it was like Vittori.
Oh, it's raining, I think. Is it?
It's the
or
rain
am I just blind?
Just starting to gently come down. It's not good.
Gently.
But, yeah, so they're 5 for 103, Manly now. And looks like we're going to be going off for a bit of rain here.
Oh.
As
I don't think
Aylin Beadle walking to the wicket. No, they're going to say
I was
it's
like,
okay.
I don't think they
Sorry
are.
about that. Keep your frog box tuned in and your radio dial going.
Don't leave.
False alarm.
Kiwi jumped the gun.
Not for the first time.
And that's why you're not an umpire. He'd have that one little speck around and be like, right, we're going off. Off we go.
Yeah.
Get the Hessians on.
So, Eileen Beadle out to the middle now, left-handed batter. So Manly's got to be careful here because Sydney University's got them on the ropes a bit. 5 for 103 in the 13th over. They're getting towards the tail end of the batting. Here at Sydney University Oval. So here goes Beadle on strike. Just plays it back to the bowler for no run.
Play it on its merits.
And still they've got a lot of their players stacked out on the boundary rope. Only 4 fielders inside the circle, the keeper as well, as he just glides this one along the cover. Plenty of open space. Kind of surprised they haven't brought their field up a bit here. I'm not sure about you. I think they've got a chance here to really... but it is 2020,
we do have someone else coming just on the
I reckon
into the
they
circle.
could, because if they just,
I think they're thinking they're going for the massive offside slog.
Yeah, true.
So you want to keep it just in case.
Oh, plays this late. Plenty of room in the onside for one. That's a good over here by Friendo.
I would much rather risk the single than just constant boundaries.
So Friendo, 3 overs, 2 for 27 are his figures. And after 13 overs, Manly Waratahs 5 for 105. And it looks like it's going to be Darcy Mooney to switch ends. He's got a bit of pace, this bowler.
Just a bit.
He's pretty fast. I don't think I've seen him bowl till today.
He's a unit.
He's quite good. So Joseph 13 off 7. Mooney went for 12 runs off his first over. And it will be Joseph on strike. So it's knockout quarterfinal, obviously. No tomorrows here. And here goes Mooney. Good delivery, but driven down the ground for 1.
Not quite where the bat was aiming.
Yeah.
But still off the bat. Could have been worse.
Very good afternoon to everyone. Tune in on Frogbox and Sydney Sports Radio today. Plenty of people tuned in that we can see.
Yeah, just a thank you to the kind viewer. It is Ahillan
right.
Beetle. Thank you for the tip.
Oh, apologies. All right.
So
Helen Beetle.
Ahillan.
Ahillan Beetle.
Yes.
Yeah, Ahillan Beetle on strike.
Again, we don't want to be in the bad book, so
yep.
Thank you for that.
We're doing our best.
And Helen Beetle drives this one to deep point. They're going to come back for 2 here. They've done well. They've just got to keep this scoreboard ticking over. They've lost 5 wickets, and Helen Beetle now out there, the left-handed batter. As Mooney gets back to his mark, and the wind swirling around this Sydney University Oval. Very strong breeze. This is like the Basin Reserve in Wellington, where they'd stop.
Oh, the bails.
Yeah, when bails would fly off, they'd stop it halfway when the bowler's running up to bowl.
Do you remember those days when they're like, oh, it's too windy, we'll just take the bails off?
I know.
I'd sit there as a kid and be like, no, keep them on, because when I hit them, I want to see those bails fly. It doesn't have the same effect if you take the bails off. Yeah.
Here goes Mooney. Oh, good shot here by Beetle. That's 4. 1 bounce into the picket fence down to Cow Corner. And Helen Beetle now getting his eye in. He'll go to 7 off 4. 5 for 112. They've got to at least get 150, I reckon, here.
Sorry, I'm just watching our Riff Raff Corner continue to watch the iPad on some car race.
And again, they call it off halfway through the delivery stride of the bowler.
When do we get the zinger bails out? Because they are heavier.
Yeah.
And they light up. I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
It wouldn't be harm having the zinger bails out there.
It would be pretty cool having the
light up bails.
Having the light up bails. I mean, maybe we should consider it in future. I mean, I know cost-wise might be a bit much, but
yeah,
maybe.
Here's Mooney now. Oh, played late. They'll beat the fielder. They go back for 2, and they're home. Good batting there by Beetle, using the pace of the ball, guiding it behind on that 45-degree angle backward a square. And he's now 9 off 5 as Beetle. Crowd filtering in through the day. Come on down if you want to check this game out, it's quarterfinal time.
Or if you want to find out what my shirt's saying, I always wear the funniest shirts possible, so it's about video games this time.
Driven down the ground, there's a man on the fence. They sprint through for the first, and they'll settle for that. Not a bad over here for Manly, just fighting back slowly but surely.
Chipping away.
It's the sort of thing where you don't want to get 130, you know what I mean? You want to get at least 150, 160, and then maybe have a swing at the end.
Yeah, 130 is more a total that we want to see in women's cricket, 120, 130. True. So, I mean, nothing wrong with that total anyway, but how they've been going, we would want to see high.
And that'll be the end of 14 overs. The Manly Waratahs 5 for 116. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on Frogbox and Sydney Sports Radio. The match we had at 10 a.m. today was hot. Very hot conditions.
And humid.
Hot and humid. Now it's cloudy and windy. Crazy weather.
Now it's cloudy and cold.
Lucky I packed a blue jumper just in case, but it's not to that point yet.
Yeah, we're not there. We're not like Mearsey, where as soon as like the temperature drops between a certain degree, we have to put a jumper on. We'll survive. We can acclimatise. Maybe.
So
out comes the jumper.
Yeah. Frendo 2 for 27 off 3. He'll be bowling to Joseph. Goes for the big sweep.
Dropped. Burst through the hands.
Dropped on the fence. They'll get one. Running to his right, the man out there puts it down. It was Yuvraj Sharma. Definite chance. Not easy, but it was hit quite hard. But
chance nonetheless.
Could have taken it. So here goes Beadle. Glides it into the offside for one. Obviously, they've got a bit of a plan here. Let's just keep the scoreboard ticking over for now and then have a launch at the end. Beadle 11 off 7. Joseph 16 off 10. Goes for it. It's going to be short of the fielder out there as it holds up on the outfield, which isn't in great condition, and they get one.
Okay, there's only so many times you can say that, mate.
Yeah. Okay. I've only said it about 3 times, but...
In both games?
No. Maybe once in this one. I know what you mean. He's gone for this. Could be 6 runs all the way. It beats the fielder on the fence. It was about a metre above that fielder then, Henry Snyman, who jumped up but wasn't quite tall enough.
I was going to say, I don't think jumping training is going to help when it's a metre above your head.
So Beadle goes through to 17 now. Oh, nearly bowled. Just above the stumps, that one.
Just outside, I reckon.
Yep, just very close though. So Beadle, 17 off 9. Plays it down the ground for one. They jog through, so after 15 overs, Manly, 5 for 126. To take you through the next 5 overs, Matt Mears and Shane Evans.
Thank you very much, Kiwi. Yeah, all in the balance now. If you're just tuning in, thank you to listening to our coverage here. Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM. Coverage of the Kingsgrove Sports and the T20 Finals Day, delivered by a great station sponsor, Menulog. And as I said, if you're tuning in also through Frogbox via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel, we welcome you to our coverage as well. Shane Evans is back with me, and yeah, it's all set up here now. We saw both scores in the 190s in the first game. I said conditions have changed a bit, but with 5 wickets in the shed, 5 overs to go, you feel that Manly, they still got a lot of runs out there that they need to make to post a competitive total.
Well, we know for the next 2 overs, it's very simple. We watched umpire Clayton give the wax on, wax off for the power. Well, That's what we call it as umpires, but it's the power surge. The power surge overs for Manly at the moment. So only 2 fielders outside the ring for the next 2 overs. So if you're the Waratahs, you've got to make hay with these next 2 overs. You want to be getting somewhere between 25 to 30 as a minimum.
Oh, that one's pushed through wide.
That one stayed low as well. So now Uni has to now start thinking, oh, we've got to be careful because this pitch is now going to be, 100, 140, 155 overs old.
Yeah, Simon coming in for his last, and he just goes down the ground. 6 runs over the top. Beatles hitting the go button now. I said plenty of runs yesterday, but down here at number 7, not normally what we see in this Manly lineup, but he is certainly making the most of these final overs here. Oh, he goes down on one knee. Can't get the contact he was looking for. And it's picked up by the fielder at short fine leg in Collier. And they pick up a single there. But, boy, that was 6 was a thing of beauty, Shane.
It definitely was. But we'll quickly make the trip across to Pratton Park for one of the other quarterfinals or elimination finals as we've got at the moment. West taking on Fairfield Liverpool. Fairfield Liverpool decided to bat first after winning the toss. 7 for 91 after 18.3 overs. So that's very much an issue here. There's a rain delay out at Coogee. Mossman a 2 for 42 off 4. Thank you very much, Mark Nicol. Very much appreciate the messages until we can get the carrier pigeon working properly for Frogbox.
Yeah, thanks to everybody that's come in today. As the next one to Joseph's right up in the block hole for a dot. But yeah, lots of people helping out with the stats and the even the pronunciations today. So we appreciate that. We're all appreciative of that you're enjoying the coverage as well. As I said, we will be back next week as that one gets through him. Takes the bails off, but no chance of a wicket there. But we will be back next week for one of the 2 semi-finals, and we'll be back for finals day. So, as I said, a couple of exciting weeks to come here in the Kingsgrove Sports Centre Men's T20 Cup as it comes to its conclusion. As goes to the offside, tries to play the big shot, but too quick for him. I said the Sydney Uni faithful enjoy that one. So 16 overs now gone. And said Simon's finished his 4 overs, none for 27. And the Waratahs 5 for 133 with Joseph on 14, Beetle on 25.
Yeah, they now need to really consolidate this last of their 2 surge overs at the moment. Only getting the 6 or 7 off that one wasn't really what they were expecting, but they need to be working into it at the moment. But we can see Bailey Lingard is about to come back in. But this could also spell trouble because that wind that is gusting up, you can't see on the frog box, but we can feel it up here in the back of the grandstand. If you launch it properly, it is going to go out towards St Paul's and really, really lift up. So,
yeah, they said there's a big over here for both teams. Said Manly feel if they could get a few from it, it'll give them momentum for those last couple of overs. If Sydney Uni can pick up a wicket or 2, then it's going to put Manly on the back foot. It's first delivery played on the leg side, but there is a fielder down there at backward square inside the circle, so it's only a single.
We can also tell you out at Bankstown Oval, they're in a rain delay at the moment. Bankstown taking on Northern Districts. At that rain delay, Northern Districts are 1 for 106. Lockie Shaw 69 off 28, 7 4s, 3 6s, and that was after 8.4 overs, so they've obviously been off for a fair while there.
We'll try and bring you a lot of scores at the break. As I said, a couple overs still here to go, and goes down on one knee, tries to sweep it towards that short boundary to the leg side. So the only person out on the leg side is long on, so he's aiming for it, and this one's just hacked down the ground. 1, 2 bounces across the rope. taking advantage of the second over of the power surge. I said the two fielders out for Sydney Uni is long on and cover sweeping. So you got a point, backward point, extra cover, mid-off, and then two on the leg side inside the circle. Again, he plays across the line, but just finds the fielder at long on for a single.
It's almost where you're looking at that boundary, you're thinking, okay, I can hit with the wind and swing through it, but to be honest, it's probably better just to go straight like Joseph did for that ball two deliveries ago and just hit straight.
Next one here, and he goes towards the offside. Nobody's out there for Sydney Uni. 4 more runs to the total.
Yeah, nicely played there by Beadle just to sit there and just help it on its way around the corner there. So this is a better over if you're the Manly Waratahs side at the moment, but
yeah, this is much more what they would have wanted. 10 runs off this over so far. One delivery left, and that's the way they finish it. Sydney Uni comes down the wicket. Yorks himself gets under the bat. Just what the Sydney Uni faithful were looking for to finish off that power surge. Manly lose their 6th wicket at 143.
Yeah, not a good finish there by Joseph, but you can see the intent that he wanted to.
Was Beadle on strike?
I'm sorry, my apologies, and the Beatles. So, but had the right idea. He's trying to just get down there and just keep the score ticking over at the moment, but was unfortunately not able to. So, another wicket falls. That's the 6th one down. It's saying Zach Tawartha's coming out, but it looks a very short Zach Tawartha compared to Joseph. But if I'm wrong, then I will gladly apologise for it. But
yeah, Beadle goes for 30 off 16. And I said 17 gone, 6 for 143. We do appreciate you joining us here. It's Triple H 100.1 FM, Sydney Sports Radio coverage of the men's Kingsgrove Sports Centre T20 Cup. Proudly delivered by our great station sponsors in Menulog. And I said, and a big thank you for those tuning in via Frogbox and the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel. I said it's going to, I think no matter what happens from here, 3 overs is a lot in the of balls for Manly to face, but I still feel whatever Manly put on the total, even from here, is going to be a tricky chase for this Sydney Uni side.
If I'm the Manly side, I'd be looking at least one a ball. Okay, 18 deliveries, that's what, 161, 162.
Well, Sharma comes in for his first ball of the day, and reverse sweep comes out, but can only find the fielder inside the circle there. It's third man. They pick up a single. It's a bit. I don't know if you really want to be coming on for your first over in the 18th over,
especially when they would have been here since like 2 o'clock this afternoon and they've had nothing to do for 2 hours.
Well, that one's short again. It swung away, but on the bounce to the fielder out at Cow.
Zach
another single.
Zach just goes whack. It's like I'm watching this, but when you've got Beadle and Davies and all that, where you can watch them when they're practicing during the week, it can make it a little bit easier to pick it out of the hand.
Oh, again, it's short. But I don't think it's got enough on it. No, it doesn't. Straight down the throat of the fielder at deep square leg. Manly lose their 7th. And as I said, the wickets keep tumbling here for Manly. The Sydney Uni faithful are cheering for their home team, and probably the right thing to do, Shane, to keep going for it. But as I said, this Manly tail is really going to have to start to find the middle of the bat if they want to sort of get to maybe even 160, 170 total now.
Yeah, this tail's got to do like Beth Mooney did in that game against Pakistan a couple of nights ago. Just wag and wag and wag, and just try and get to at least 160. 160 in a T20 is still a good amount, because that's still 8 and over. But you've got to have at least 155, 160 here as a minimum, because we've seen the other games where you haven't got to the 150, where they've been either chased down really quickly or they've been the side coming in second thinks they've got a nice easy game and they've collapsed.
So Rip Dillon is the new batter coming in at number 9. I said he'll appreciate this though. So if it's short, that short boundary is to his leg side. There are 3 fielders out there patrolling the boundary. This one is pitched up a bit better though. He punches it into the leg side. The bowler chases it himself, but good running from Twelfth will see him get 2. He has hit the stump.
Not out.
I think that was more of a crowd appeal than anything. There wasn't too much celebration by the fielders. It was some good keeping there from Cummins though, but I think the new batter was well in.
I must admit, just looking around the ground, some of the signage for obviously some of the Cricket New South Wales sponsors, and seeing the one that just has the little sign saying cheeky single. That's exactly what it was. So a very cheeky run.
Oh, you meant cheeky Nando's. We're not back in England. As this one is short and he tries to cut it away but gets the inside edge. But it is cleaned up by the fielder inside the circle at fine leg.
No, we know you love your Nando's when you do make your
It's a cheeky Nando's when you go over there. Yeah.
When you make your pilgrimage over to England every so often.
Not enough. No, well, the Effingham boys. They'll be here this week for the Ashes. Tries to play that one Trewartha through the leg side, beats everything and through to the keeper. So Sharma's first over 1 for 5, an eventful over for Sydney Uni, and 18 overs gone, and it's Manly 7 for 148.
Well, we can tell you, going back to Bankstown Oval, that the rain delay has stopped and they're back playing again. Lockie Shaw has just lost his wicket for 75. Northern Districts are currently 2 for 120. It says 10 overs played, but obviously they will lose some overs thanks to our friend Duckworth Lewis Stern, but we'll try and give you more updates once that does come through. Still obviously in a rain delay at the moment. Oh, here we go. They've actually got the carrier pigeon working, but it is still in a rain delay at this moment out at Mossman. So that last score we gave you at 2 for 42 is still current with Fitton and Greenslade.
Yeah, well, we'll do some proper around the grounds in the innings break. As I said, plenty more cricket also going on. Also, we're looking forward to the big Women's World Cup game tonight. Australia taking on India at 8:30 as Tate comes back for his final over and just nicely pushed there to backward point for a single.
Yeah, just a nice little thing there. Kieran's been one of the better bowlers today. You just need to work with him and just play him around. Don't try and be fancy or do anything. If he puts a bad one there, yeah, go for it. But he's having too many balls on good lines and lengths just to try anything. So just noodle the ball around, and if you can get 6 runs out of this over, take your 6 runs.
So Tate continue now to the right-hander on strike. Oh, he hacks it onto the leg side. He finds a little bit of a gap. Won't make it to the boundary. They said enough of a ground. It was close to those stumps. It got a few people excited, but no connection made. But I think in T20, this 19th over is almost more important than the 20th. The 20th is just, they're going to swing for the fences no matter what, but I said usually the 19th can set up that final over, whether it's a wicket or whether it's only goes for a couple of runs. Oh, as again swings towards the leg side, beats the fielder, 4 runs into the covers. I said might be a little bit wet over there, but I said that was a nice shot, Shane. So there's a couple of fielders out there, plus a fielder inside the circle at square leg, but he threaded the needle there for a much-needed boundary for the Waratahs.
Even allowing for that little bit of rain that we got, like earlier in the innings and during the game's break, it hasn't really affected the ground. That ball's still rocketing across the surface.
What can he do again? Again, he goes high. The fielder coming in. Oh, it goes down. It's just that change of the ground to the outfield to where that's been relayed, I think just put him off a little bit, but it was high in the air.
He had the hands to it, but it's more just because he had to then go to the knees to slide. He's hit the edge, and it's just
and
that little jolt just popped it out.
I said sometimes the catching's more than what the hands are doing, but what the feet are doing.
Yeah,
and there, just the feet weren't locked in position. And unfortunately for Sydney Uni, it goes down. But Tate, 2 balls left in his spell. Nicely up in the block hole, well dug out, but it's a single to the fielder at cover. Said it's a
good over here for Manly. Like, they've got 9 off it. And I said, they've had the lucky chance there that it should have been taken, and the hoik out through forward square. But
final delivery goes the big swing again. Misses everything through to the keeper. So it's the end of 4 overs for Tate. He finishes 2 for 29, 19 overs gone, 7 for 157 Manly. 1 over to come. And I said again, well, thank you for listening to our coverage here on Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM of the Kingsgrove Sports Centre Men's T20 Final Series, delivered by a great station sponsor in Menulog. And I said we also appreciate everybody tuning in via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel, via Frogbox. As I said, don't go anywhere after this 1 over. We will be back for the run chase. It is going to be a mammoth one. A place in the finals, in those semi-finals, all important, next week on the line. And it looks like it will be Darcy Mooney to come back for this final over. So 2 overs, none for 23. It was either him or Sharma having to come back.
I think Sharma was only really there just to necessitate, to allow him to swing around and kind of use that wind with him as well. But now if he puts it short, that wind's going to carry the ball.
Yeah, so has got to keep it away from that leg side. Good first delivery up in the block hole. Skews out to that fielder sweeping. Out in the covers, they can only pick up a single.
Yeah, that one's just really well bowled there. Got up onto the batting line and just kept it nice and full so you couldn't get under it with any elevation. But this will be interesting. Mooney now needs to put the ball just on mill and off, but not get too short, otherwise he will get driven.
He comes into Arthur and he only wants to play one way. Again, maybe a little bit early on it. Looked a bit of a slower ball with the way it bounced, but beats everything through to the keeper.
He reminds me of a young James Faulkner, young Mooney. Just having that height and that reach, and to be able to sit there and just bowl it. You couldn't even tell in the motion of the bowl that he's actually changed his grip for the ball.
What's Arthur got in store here? He gets onto this one. But there is a fielder there at deep square leg. So it's only a single. It's been a good start here from Mooney. Only gone for 2 off the first 3 deliveries.
As I said, well, they need to have at least 160 to defend. They're going to be, Uni at this moment will be chasing 160 at 8 and over. So that's still a fair effort compared to where they were only 2 or 3 overs ago, where they were really struggling to get to 120.
Oh, this one's gone long. It's gone straight. I don't think...
And over.
Yeah, fielder was interested for about half a second before he watches it sail over his head and over the pickets for 6.
And you can hear the Manly Waratahs fans and players downstairs hearing that and absolutely loving that shot.
I said that gets him into the 160s, 165. I said if they can push it up to sort of 170... it's going to be an interesting chase here. I think no matter what point we are at now, I said Sydney Uni are going to have to bat well to chase it. And Manly are going to have to bowl well to defend it. So I said don't go anywhere. It's going to be an interesting 20 overs coming up as this one slashed away through the offside. The fielder's well in, but he fumbles and allows him to come back for 2. As I said, as we've mentioned before, the boundary out towards the west, the scoreboard side here of Sydney University number 1, playing on the easternmost block of this wicket square. It is a long way out there. The fielders are having to be a good 15 metres off that boundary rope, trying to cut off second runs. But it hasn't worked for them this time.
And now if you're Dylan, if you're Zach, you'd be sitting there saying, let's just look for 2. Make it a nice 170 to chase for them.
I think if you're looking for boundary, it was a good delivery though. He's hit the stumps. He's made it. Torotha was out of the box. He was able to get down the other end. He was looking for the big shot, but it was well balled by Mooney outside off stump. Did well to get some bat on it. But 20 overs gone here. We finally have a target, and it'll be 169 for victory. Manly finished 7 for 168 off their 20 overs. Your thoughts, Shane Evans, on this first innings?
I think Manly have got something to work to. So like before, we were sitting there talking about 150 max, possibly 160, but to get to 168, you've got to be happy with those extra late runs there. If you're Sydney Uni, you're a bit disappointed the fact that you've dropped a couple of catches. One kind of controversial if you're looking from a Sydney Uni point of view, or from everyone else. It's the good call by the match officials, but it'll be a good chase. Going to be just about 8.2 and over to get this, but let's just see what happens.
Yeah, it will certainly be a good chase. We'll go through the tail of the tape before we'll take a quick break here. I said Brewster was bowled by Tate, 5 off 5 with 1 boundary. Foster got them away to another quick start. Before he was caught and bowled by Frendo, 45 off 28, 5 fours, 1 6. Jay Lenton was the big wicket. He was LBW to Tate for a second ball duck. Joel Davies, he was caught by Tate off the bowling of Lidgard, 38 off 29, 3 fours and a 6. Joseph, he was caught by Simon off the bowling of Sharma, 23 off 19 with 3 boundaries. Adam Crosswaite coming up from Victoria, he was bowled by Frendo, 2 off 5 deliveries. Beadle, he was bowled by Lidgard, 30 off 16 with 2 fours and 2 sixes. Tuatha finishes 9 not out off 8 deliveries with 1 4. And Dylan, 15 not out off 8 with 1 big 6. There was only 1 extra, 1 wide. So well done there from Sydney Uni. I said, so the total 7 for 168. Bowling figures for Sydney Uni. Tate, 4 overs, 2 for 29. Simon, 4 overs, none for 27. Lidgard, 4 overs, 2 for 36. Mooney, 3 overs, none for 34. Frendo, 4 overs, 2 for 37. And Sharma, 1 over, 1 for 5. So yes, we will take a quick pause for the cause here at... We'll take a quick pause for the cause here at Sydney University number 1. Sydney Uni needing 169 for victory off their 20 overs to get into this semi-finals next Sunday. So we do thank you for listening to our coverage here on Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM, proudly delivered by our great station sponsors in Menulog. Yes, welcome back here. Innings break at Sydney University Oval, number 1. So the students taking on the Manly Waratahs. Uni winning the toss, electing to bowl. Manly 7 for 168 off their 20 overs. Sydney Uni needing 169 for victory and a spot in the Kingsgrove Sports Centre T20 Cup semi-finals, which will be next Sunday. Venues to be announced. We'll see all that come through for the week. But we do thank you for tuning in for our Sydney Sports Radio Triple H 100.1 FM coverage, delivered by our great station sponsors in Menulog. And as the two teams are out here getting themselves ready for the resumption in a couple of minutes' time, we'll take you around the grounds for what's happening in both men's and women's Kingsgrove games happening as this one goes live. So out at Pratton Park, as I said, Fairfield Liverpool, they've been bowled out for 117, 17.3 overs there, with Western Suburbs getting the job done. Brooks and Jamison taking 3 wickets apiece for the Magpies. And I said, out at Bankstown Oval, just under 14 overs gone there. I said it's been a wicket-a-thon since the resumption. Northern District 6 for 143. I said Lockie Shaw 75 off 32, setting up that innings for the Rangers. And I said we're still trying to get some carrier pigeons out to Coogee Oval, but the last score we have is Mossman 2 for 44. There against the Randy Pete. So the winner of these 4 games will go through to the semi-finals next week. As I said, stay tuned to your Play Cricket apps and Play HQ websites to see when that draw comes out. We would expect to be tomorrow afternoon at some point. So in the Women's Kingsgrove Sports Centre T20 Cup, those games have wrapped up for the first grade. So at Graham Thomas, it was Bankstown going down to Sydney. Sydney 6 for 172. Bankstown only 7 for 108 in reply. At Manly Oval, it was the Rangers getting the victory. Manly 8 for 124, and Northern Districts chasing them 2 wickets down. At Marylands, Parramatta taking on Penrith. Penrith 9 for 157, and Parramatta getting the job done. Oh, my apologies. It's actually the other way around. Parramatta batting first, 4 for 158, and Penrith failing to chase it by 1 run. Apologies for that, but you don't normally see something like that with the game going down to the wire. That would be a good one to catch a replay of, I am sure. Out at Raby, Campbelltown Camden taking on St George Sutherland. St George Sutherland all out for 89. Campbelltown Camden getting the job done by 9 wickets. Getting 90. And at Beecham Oval, Gordon taking on Sydney Uni. As I said, Sydney Uni getting the job done by 5 wickets. Women's second grade currently taking place at the moment. I'll try and get a couple of scores for you there. At Tunks, it's UTS North Sydney playing Greater Hunter, and UTS 6 for 79. Graham Thomas, Sydney taking on Bankstown, Sydney 4 for 60. At Marylands, Penrith taking on Parramatta, Penrith none for 109. At Manly Oval, Manly taking on Northern Districts, Manly 4 for 103. Campbelltown Camden and St George Sutherland, St George Sutherland 2 for 35. And at Beecham, Gordon taking on Sydney Uni, Gordon a 3 for 83. So umpires, players, all starting to make their way out for the big run chase. I said, everybody out in the Sydney Uni supporters hut, they're ready for this one.
They were born ready.
They certainly were. But we love it. We love the passion. We love that they come down and support their main team. They said a big spot in the semi-finals here for whoever can win. But we'll have some players for you shortly.
There was one when we were playing, like when
So we're just, trying to work out some numbers here. I think they've done the dodgy on us, but we'll find out as soon as they plug them into the scoring system team. But
we'll find out at some point.
We certainly will. That's the voice of George.
Some more than others.
Yeah, that's the voice of Georgia Lomas Fooder, and Kiwi Mick is back as well.
Thank you, Matt.
He will take us through the first 5 overs here. And boy, what a innings it's going to be. It looks like it will be Patrick Z and Jake Attenborough to open the batting for the students.
Okay, cool. So, it's going to be Nick Tui here. Quarterfinal time, the target of 169. Here we go as Tui runs into Z. Leaves it outside the off stump and it's a wide. Interesting start.
He has a very similar action to Ben Dorcius.
The bowler?
Yeah,
he does.
The running in. I was like, am I watching Ben?
Even when he walks back, he looks a bit like him. Ben
I know,
Dorcius.
actually,
What the hell? Maybe they're related, although they've got different last names.
Or cousins, potentially. There you go. So both the batters are on the scoreboard.
Yeah. So it is Patrick Z, right-handed batter, on strike to Tui. No run, just pushes it to point. Quite nice, mild conditions here now. Pretty cool. Cloud cover, but hopefully we'll be all right here. Hopefully
Cloud we don't mind as long as it isn't rain.
Yeah, and it's not... it looks pretty high at the moment, so we'll see how we go.
It's when
they
it
have
gets
to
closer.
bat for at least 5 overs to get a completed...
I think it's 10. 5, 10?
I think it's 5. The team batting second, and then it can be a match.
Well,
so
Shane hasn't jumped in, so we're going with that.
Yeah. Oh, Z drives this one. Doesn't get it. They get 1. Chance of an overthrow, but Z sort of overran that one a little bit.
Don't you just love backseat fielders and batters telling you to run, and you're like, you're not out here, guys. Be quiet.
So it will be Jack Attenborough now, right-handed batter also. These key early overs in this match with that target of 169. It's an in-between sort of a score.
Yep.
Pressure on with the runs on the board.
Wasn't quite what Kiwi was saying, but it's
I wasn't
still
far off
it
with
was,
175.
Yeah.
There goes Tui. Cut straight to point. No run.
Oh, walled out in the shoulder.
Who's going to be through to the semi-finals next Sunday? We'll find out in about an hour and 20 minutes here. Bit of a hush around the crowd, just an expectation, anticipation of...
He does, doesn't he? The running?
Yeah, I know. Big time. No run. It's pushing to the offside. Good start here by Tui. He was a little bit expensive against Eastern Suburbs earlier on in the early 10 a.m. match. As Ben Dwarsh's Tui comes back to his mark.
Well, a lot of players do, like, they base their actions by watching, professionals as well.
They do.
Lauren Cheadle based her action off Mitchell Stark, and they had a comparison of side by side in an international match.
Yeah, incredible, isn't it?
Insane.
Well, that's good bowling here. Good start by Nick Tui. Manly right on the mark in the first over, except that wide off the first ball. But only 2 runs off the first 5 deliveries. It was quite a tight start when Manly batted also. So, well-poised game here. Sydney University, the home side. Here goes Tui again. Oh, right up in that block hole. They'll squeeze out a single. And after 1 over, 3 without loss. The target 169 here in the quarter-final of the Kingsgrove T20 comp.
Off to a good start, consistent start, nonetheless.
Good start by Manly with the ball there.
Yeah.
Tight.
It was tight bowling, brought it back. And just good placement from Sydney University as well, finding the gaps, taking those singles where possible as well, not being stupid about it, but making educated guesses and educated choices.
And it's going to be Akshay Joseph to open up the bowling with those mixture of spin and medium pace. Edinburgh on strike. Sydney University are a team that's made the final of this competition a few times over the last sort of 5 years or so.
I think Tim Cummins
They've been runners-up 2 or 3 times, I think.
I think he said 7 times that they've made the grand final.
Yeah, it's incredible, yeah.
And Tim called them the glorified bridesmaids. I was like, that's a bit rough.
Oh, this is pretty flat. Joseph does the fielding off his own bowling.
Now he's got to come back and bowl.
Interesting action here, Joseph. Bit of a mixture of deliveries as Patrick Z on strike. All the field up in the circle in the opening overs. Push back to the bowler for no run. Manly just trying to tighten things up and force a wicket early here. I bet you that would be their plan. Here he goes again. Oh, and they nearly get one. Z gets frustrated, but big inside edge there and no run.
Lucky not to trickle back onto the stumps.
Edges it onto his pad. Oh, great fielding.
Oof.
That would have been 4
Ouch.
for all money. That was Adam Crothwaite diving there at point, saving it with the left hand.
Tasting the dirt.
Tasting the dirt out on the field. And,
Ouch.
yeah. Here goes Joseph again. Oh. Edinburgh swinging across the line and it misses off stump by just a few centimetres there.
I love it that in this game, both the skippers are wicket keepers.
Yeah.
And batters as well. I love that. That's so good.
Excuse me. Reverse 4.
Oh, wow.
They needed that to break the shackles as Edinburgh pulls out the reverse sweep. But it was a pretty good over nonetheless. And after 2 overs, Sydney University, 9 without loss. The target, 169.
Oh, off to a consistent start, that's for sure.
Main thing is they haven't lost a wicket yet.
Oh, I was trying not to say that. But a consistent start, nonetheless.
Yeah, and here goes Julian Osborne, the Australian under-19 player, of course, who bowled quite well in the earlier match. It's Joel Foster helping him out with his field. They're going to have a man out at a wide third man position right on the fence, and also a deep mid wicket as well. Here goes Osborne. Drives it, 1 bounce, 1 run. It was Joel Foster doing the fielding, who had a bit of a verbal as he walked off after he got out, remember. There was a bit of spice out there in the middle, so no doubt if Manly get some wickets here, there might be
a
chat.
little bit of chirping going on.
Especially where he's fielding and they walk off past him.
Yeah,
So.
I think that may have been planned, to be honest.
Oh, nearly played it on. Chance of a run out, maybe. No, they'll get through for 1. Not far from playing it onto his stumps there was Edinburgh.
Oy.
So Manly's got the screws on a bit here. Here goes Osborne to Z. Slower ball driven. It's past the inside circle, the 30-metre circle. They'll only get 1 as it holds up on the turf. So far, they're limiting the boundaries here in these early overs, and they're going to send Crothwaite back down to long on the fence, pretty much. Yep.
Is this too much field changing in 1 over?
Maybe, yeah. Here goes
Like
Osborne
excessive?
again. Bowled him.
Got him.
Straight through. Takes the top of off stump. Great bowling by Osborne. And they build up the pressure and get the wicket here. Edinburgh will make his way back. Pretty quiet reception from the crowd there, though. You can tell who's playing at home. And it will be Yuvraj Sharma to come to the wicket now. 1 for 12 in the third over. Julian Osborne, a very quick bowling action and a real player of the future. If you make the Australian under-19 team, then you can play without a doubt. It's pretty obvious to say that. And
I mean, the fear for such a young player, back injuries especially, such a fast bowler as well.
Especially a bowler, yep.
Yeah, you don't want to see that counter rotation. You'll see knee, you'll see ankle, you'll see everything, like, in your career, guaranteed, especially if you're bowling that quickly.
They set the field again, and they bring the men up in the circle. Trying to build some pressure here are the Manly Waratahs. Osborne again. Ooh, beats him outside the off stump. Yuvraj Sharma on strike, right-handed batter, of course. The ball's just doing a few things off the pitch here, just a little bit.
It's like it's nipping back.
Yeah, it's nipping around a bit out there. Kind of quite humid conditions, maybe to get a bit of swing as well.
And the white ball generally doesn't get as much swing as a red.
Osborne now. Slower ball. Oh, that was close to a run out if they hit.
And he almost took the fielding as well in the backing up.
Yep, we have a quick look there. So 3 overs gone. Sydney University are 1 for 13. What an interestingly poised game we've got. The target, 169.
I mean, it's a good start, consistent start from both teams as well. We haven't seen, been going for a ridiculous amount of runs, but we also haven't seen, wickets falling left, right, and centre as well. It's consistent runs being scored, and it's consistent bowling too.
Osborne, 1 over 1 for 4, so that was a good start by him, getting his confidence up.
Start of a good spell.
So Sharma on strike now. And here goes Nick Tui. That's got to be a wide, it is. Nick Tui switching ends here. Quite windy, coolish conditions here as we reach 10 to 5 on a Sunday afternoon in Sydney. Hope you are enjoying the coverage on Frogbox or Sydney Sports Radio. We know plenty of people are watching and listening in today.
People are probably starting their Sunday reset, getting ready for work tomorrow, just having that Frogbox on in the background, listening to us or watching.
Good way to end the weekend.
Procrastinating as in total.
I know exactly that feeling. That's sort of it's Sunday coming to the end of the weekend. Oh, let's get a bit more TV in.
Well, I mean, it's a bit like
I'm going to work tomorrow.
Like the teachers are going back to work tomorrow as well.
Oh, so, you'd be dreading that one.
I absolutely am, but
especially after you've had a break. Yeah, it's hard.
I mean, 2 weeks, 3 weeks for the private schools, absolutely. But I mean, some of us are at that point where we're like, let's just go, let's just get back in.
Yeah, you got to get back
into
into it.
Finished.
Yep, end of the year now.
That lovely Christmas break.
Tui now to Sharma. Clips it off his hip for no run. Tui's bowling well here. They're just tying them down here in the first few overs. A few of the Sydney Uni fans a bit restless up here in the grandstand there.
Must be the cold weather.
Who would have thought this? Remember at 9 o'clock when we were down there bringing our stuff and it was cooking.
Oh, we were
absolutely
drenched.
Hot weather. It's really cooled down. Oh, direct hit, and I think he was Gonski's there. They'll get a single. Yeah, he dived, but I don't know. So Patrick Z on strike.
can always tell when it's cooler weather for fielding too, because there's generally 1 or 2 players who aren't wearing their hats.
Yeah. True, that's true, actually. Here goes Tui. Clips it round the corner. Good fielding inside the circle there by Osborne. And they'll get 1. So 1 for 17 here in the 4th over. Patrick Z's 5 off 8. Sharma is 2 off 4. Slow and steady start. Oh, he's found the gap out here. It could be 4. Will the fielder get it? He does. They'll get through for 3 runs, though.
Tell you what, did well to get around to that one.
Actually, Joseph, he did.
Oh.
He just flicked it around his pads.
Yep.
The fielder did well out there on the fence.
Absolutely. Joseph doing well to get around to it.
He had a lot of ground to
He had
cover.
a
He probably had
lot.
about, what do you reckon, 50 metres he ran to get that?
At least. Maybe more like that was like a 60-yard dash.
Yeah, sprinting to get it. Well, they've got that fielder well placed inside the circle when he clips it off his pads. So Tui here, no wicket for 10 off 1.5. So Z on strike here to complete the 4th over. And he beats the infield and it rolls for 4. Going over the covers. Beating the inside men. They needed that badly. And after 4 overs, Sydney University won for 24.
That was a fantastic shot. Just watching in the replay as well, as he hit the ball, he ended up only holding it with one hand as well. So you could see the power that went into that shot, and did fantastic effort to get over that fielder and to go to the boundary and not get stuck in the outfield.
And they split the field now. Joel Davies to come on and bowl, who's been very good with the bat today in both matches. So they've got a man out at deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and deep cover. And also around the corner at the 45 degree on the fence. So they're really going to split the field and get them out on the boundary now. Straight away once 4 overs have gone. Here goes Davies now. Scoops it through the offside for 1 to the man on the fence. That was Sharma. Well, good fielding. Fires it into the keeper. That was Joel Foster in there. The big man, Joel Foster.
Did well to get down.
Yeah.
And back up.
Oh, he's gone for it.
Oh.
And he's caught. Manly get a key wicket. Davies, the bowler, caught on the fence on the 45 degree angle on the right out on the picket fence there. Manly get another wicket as the captain, Tim Cummins, heads out to the middle, a key man. There we go. So that's good field placing there, Georgia, having that man out. You don't normally see them.
Knowledge.
Yeah. They had him perfectly placed.
He did. Only had to take about 10 steps to, I think, his left, and then bang, he had it instantly. But fantastic work either way, and you could just see Batter went for the shot and went, oh.
Yeah, he knew.
Oh, no.
Straight down his throat.
You know instantly, you're like, damn it.
So 2 for 25 here in the 5th over. The target is 169, and the captain, Tim Cummins, comes to the middle. He's been their captain.
There is a relation to Pat Cummins.
He's his brother, isn't he?
That is Pat Cummins' older brother out there.
Tim Cummins played for this side for quite a few years, ever since I've been commentating this comp.
Can you imagine what backyard cricket was like
I know.
in the Cummins household?
I know.
That would have been crazy, especially as
they're both very capable players.
Especially as they all got older. That'd be scary.
Driven back to the bowler for no run. Davies in a hurry to get on with things and keep the pressure on.
You wouldn't want to be Nan going in to face the bowling or something.
Glides it through the gap for a single. Coming into the commentary box very soon will be Matt Mears and Shane Evans. Stay tuned for the A team.
Oh, jacket's out. It must be
as the B team will shuffle on over for a seat.
And change the footage.
And change it back to the gridiron on the laptop. Here goes Davies again. Oh, that was a bit of a leg spin and no run. And it's 2 for 26 after 5. Over to you, Matt Mears and Shane.
Thank you very much, Kiwi. I said game in the balance here. I said thank you for listening to our Triple H 100.1 FM and Sydney Sports Radio coverage of Kingsgrove Sports and a T20 Cup. It's finals time, and it's proudly delivered by a great station sponsor in Menulog. We also appreciate the people tuning in via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel. I said as this game continues to hot up, a spot in the semi-finals next week on the line for whoever can take this one out. As Joel Davies first over, 1 for 2. So it's been a slow start here for the students, but as I said, you look at Tim Cummins, what he's been able to produce. As he cuts this ball away, picks the gap. Dylan's come on for his first delivery. Cummins has said thank you very much. Found the tiniest of gap between point and backward point. 4 runs to the total.
Yeah, well, choice was Crossy's gone to Joel, it's yours. Joel's gone to Crossy, it's yours. It's like, oh bugger, we both missed it. There's 4 runs, but.
Well, good start of the over for Cummins, and again he looks to go down the ground.
Ooh, must have just got the foot back down.
I said the umpire wasn't interested. Shane Evans had the finger up in the commentary box. Looking the replay. I'm going to say his foot was down just, but it all happened in about 4 times speed. But they need Cummins to stay, and this one again he's wound up. He's been able to get through that field to foster it short cover. But the sweeper will pick that one up, and they'll pick up a single.
Yeah, just going across to women's second grade, Parramatta and Penrith. Penrith, none for 179 after that 20 overs.
That's impressive as the next delivery played onto the offside. Sharma picks up a single.
What's even more impressive in that game, Annabelle Batty, who also played in the first grade game, opening the batting 119 not out of 75 deliveries.
Certainly had her eye in from that first game, didn't she? As Cummins back on strike, he plays the big sweep. Lenton has to come out from behind the stumps to pick that one up on the leg side. They pick up another one to the total. Said quiet as a mouse here at Sydney Uni until the big appeal, and he's been given. They enjoyed that one, Manly. He's gone down for the sweep. It's hit him almost on the full. Umpire likes it, puts the finger up. Sydney now in trouble, 3 for 33 in the 6th.
Definitely is, but you have to remember when Manly were batting, we've seen some of those balls that were pitching on good length were not getting anything more than about ankle height. So Dylan's probably got one of those just to sit there and drop. Go for the sweep. He's standing in front of middle and leg. I don't think there's anything else umpire Clayton could have done. Think of any reason not give it? And it's like, nope, you're out. And Sharma didn't really question it either. Just like, okay. And just started walking off. But they need Tim Cummins to stay there as well, but we can see the other Litchfield sibling coming out now. And Charles.
It's a bit harsh.
Well, everyone knows Phoebe.
Well, everyone knows Pat, but what do you...
True. Everyone, unless you're a uni person, lots of people think Pat is the better one, but that's choice.
Oh, well, Tim Cummins is doing the job for his team at the moment. Nice little scoop there past the keeper. They'll pick 2 runs here. It's interesting when you find 2 batters playing that both have siblings that play for their country.
Exactly.
In the middle of the crease at the moment. So that's great.
But
so maybe we could have some of the women's team tuned in before their big game against India. We do send our best wishes if you are. We hope that you get the W tonight in the World Cup as gets the under edge. We love to see it. Looks for 2, but great work there on the boundary. Cuts it off for a single.
Yeah, probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock over in India at the moment. So if the ladies are listening and watching their siblings play, hello, and all of that. But yeah, it's just some really, really interesting cricket. But we know Tim can actually anchor this side quite well and have everyone else just go around him.
Oh, he places this one. This is Litchfield, gets it through the vacant point area. Comes back for 2. The students' faithful enjoy that one.
They definitely do that, but it's just going to be one of those interesting chases now because they know they're just going to have to keep ticking the runs over and they can't afford to let that run rate
it's almost
get
like
2 back.
And they've almost got to, they buy their ticket to those final 5 overs. They need to be in the running as, again, just cuts it fine past the fielder inside the circle. Yeah, 2 runs there. The big dive comes out. This is what they'll want from Litchfield. Just find the gaps. Cummins, as said, if he can bat for any length of time, he goes at a fair clip of the rate. But as I said, with 129 still required, they'll want these 2 to bat together for a while as this one comes down on the leg side, but there is a shorter fielder there at short mid-wicket, so much appreciated dot there, I would feel, for Joel Davies. As final delivery of the over, and again, comes down to it. Oh! Feisty there from the bowler. Litchfield makes his ground, but 7 overs gone here. Sydney Uni, 3 for 40. Davies is 1 for 9 off his 2.
Well, we always know Joel Davies does have that little bit of a mean streak through him, but also it's just a little warning, say, well, if you want to come and charge down me and you don't hit the ball properly, you get down too far, I will peg it, and if I hit and you're out, you're gone.
We love to see it. I think I saw a clip online during the week. It was Brett Lee pre-bowling change action bowling at Steve Waugh, and he did hit the stumps on Steve Waugh. Gotta love those clips. Dylan continues, picks up the wicket, Crossweight takes the catch. That's the last thing they needed, the students. Tries to play the big shot through the offside, takes the outside edge, finds Crossweight at backward point. And I said, Sydney Uni digging a bigger hole for them. 4 for 40 now here, 1 ball into the 8th over.
Well, that's what happens when you bring the big Victorian back home to help out as an import of sorts. But we all know Crossy's been a Manly player for years, and obviously he's played his trade in different clubs in different states, but it's good to have him back and to be able to see him contributing. Not a lot with the bat this game, but to be able to take a couple of catches there, and especially to get Tim Cummins, who can be a bit of a thorn in the side of most teams when they are chasing in these T20 matches. He tends to hang around and allow everyone else just to free the arms and express themselves better. But we can now see Tom Collier has come to join Litchfield at the crease, so this will be interesting to see what happens this first ball.
Yeah, well, I said Cummins out for 10 off 9. I said big job for these 2 here to keep them students in the game. As Dylan comes in. Oh, again, just didn't look like he knew where to play that one. Ended up getting it onto the leg side. Gets off the mark with a single.
Yeah, just didn't read that properly, but was able to get some sort of bat there and just get it away and get a single and get it back to Litchfield, who's at least had a look to see what's going on. So
So they just make sure the field is right. Oh, tries to play the big one down the ground. Lenton couldn't hold on. They'll look for 2 as there's no one behind square.
Get away with 2 buys there.
They do, but Litchfield, he had grandeurs of putting it onto Sydney Uni Oval number 2.
But also, if Lenton takes that, globs that properly, Litchfield's 6-7 steps down the pitch, and he would have been making the long walk back to the sheds.
And he cuts this one away, beats the fielder inside the circle, 4 runs. The students faithful enjoy that one. Davies is there at point, but he had no chance of stopping that one. And it goes through to the Pickets for 4.
Well, just quickly heading out to Pratton Park for the first of the quarterfinals. Fairfield Liverpool all at 117. West currently 1 for 85. Sorry, needing number 32 to advance through to the semi-finals.
Well, he goes down the wicket again. This time he gets some bat on it, but just finds the fielder there at long on for a single.
And why are we not surprised Harjas Singh, who scored 305 in a one day at 2 weekends ago, is 61 off 21.
Oh, plays the little scoop. Does Collier. No one behind the keeper. It's going and it's hit across the boundary for 4. The students faithful aren't going to quiet down. It was a nice little bit of work there to get it over Lenton's head. And it's a great way for them to finish the over. Dylan's now 2 for 17 off 2. And the students 4 for 52 off 8. As I said, if you are tuning in, appreciate you listening to our coverage here on Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM. Our coverage of the Kingsgrove Sports Centre T20 Cup Finals action, delivered by our great station sponsors in Menulog. And we also appreciate our viewers on Frogbox via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel, as Ollie Davies is to continue from the grandstand end here of Sydney Uni Oval number 1. Oh, the big hoik comes. The foot's come out of the crease. Lenton takes hold of this one. And the 5th wicket goes down, Shane.
Definitely does there, but obviously that was something that Lenton and Crossweight organised during the change of overs, because as soon as the stumps have been broken, you're watching Lenton giving Crossy the massive point, saying, that's your call, you got that wicket. But that is huge there for the students, A, to lose a wicket, but also massive for the Waratahs to be able to take up another one at the moment. But looking at that, still needing 117 off 12 overs, getting up, well, just under that 12 and over, or 2 a ball now. So really interesting. Now we just got to wait to see who's coming in, because the scoreboard is just taking it. There you go. Henry Snyman has come to join. So this could be very interesting. Whilst we are waiting for the stumps to be reset and all of that, one of the other quarterfinals at the moment heading over at Bankstown. Bankstown won the toss, bowling first. Northern Districts have set them a very good total, 7 for 193 in their 20 overs. Obviously with Lockie Shaw, part of the New South Wales setup, an Australian setup, 75 in opening.
So Davies here to the new batter. It's pushed onto the offside. Foster will trot around and pick that one up, not before they can pick up a single.
And out at Coogee at the moment, it is currently Mossman 4 for 127 taking on Randwick Petersham, but I would assume there would be some overs lost there, but we'll just look to see our play HQ, or if Mark Nichols is still able to give us an answer, that would be great.
So Davies in again. The little paddle over the top of Lenton comes out again. I said it's a big chase for the fielder down at deep fine leg. He does pick it up. And they pick up another 2 for the total there, the students.
Yeah, it's just having a look at the hat there, or the helmets, and seeing them all wearing like their rep helmets, but they're covering up whatever their state badge or their representative badges are. So oh, it's up in the block hole from Davies. Said
It's hit down to Twelfth there at long on for another single to the total. So it's been a good over so far here from Davies, but as I said, at 5 for 56. As I said, the students a long way. Another 113 away. As Davies comes in again and he goes down on one leg on the offside, trying to scoop it over the top. There is a fielded back there at fine leg. Don't know if he was paying attention to that, but I said all well that ends well for the students. Final delivery here of Davies over. Oh, tries to cut it away, keeps a little bit low, gets the bottom edge, but another dot to the total. Davies now 2 for 13 off his 3 overs. As I said, Sydney Uni 5 for 56 off 9. Collier is on 8, Simon's on 1.
Yeah, just a couple of loose shots there in those last couple of deliveries, but we turned up here this morning. It was nice and hot. We were in the 30s when we finished off the end of the morning game for the Waratahs, but we can now tell you it's dropped 21 degrees, feeling like 18 at the moment. So I can understand why you had to go get the jacket, but Dylan back on again.
And he continues here. And the first delivery played out through to the sweeper there at mid-wicket. They pick up another single to the total.
I don't think he's really minding that if he was to give up a single on, say, 3 or 4 of these deliveries instead of giving up major runs.
Oh, goes again. Tricky. No one down here in front of us at the scoreboard end. Lenton doing the chasing, but it'll actually be Brewster coming around from square leg to mop up this one as students get back for 2.
It's almost like I'm not a coach, I never will be, but you'd almost be sitting there you can just see they've made that fielding adjustment now, move the short square into that 45 angle and cut that off.
Oh, nice shot there, beats Crossweight. Crossweight traces hard, but it makes it to the boundary. Much needed boundary there for the students. I said the reverse sweep, we saw a few of those from Ollie Davies earlier in the day, Shane. But Simon's showing that he can do the job as well.
Yeah, he definitely can, but he picked that really well out of the back of Dylan's hand and was able to make that adjustment really early once the ball had been delivered.
Does it works once, it works again, It lands safe. Davies does the fielding. Oh, he cuts it 2 back to 1 there, you would have to say.
I think that was more just luck because he's trying it and just got the top edge. Saying the fact that Davies was standing right on that 30-yard circle, even if he was a metre more, he takes that catch up and over the shoulder and probably does it quite easily.
Yeah, next delivery here. Big appeal, big appeal. Umpire's finger stays down.
The fact that watching Jay Lenton moving across to outside the off stump, obviously the ball's pitched and moved just slightly outside the line, so.
Played through the onside. They'll look for 2, but well fielded there by the sweeper out at mid-wicket. So it's the end of 10 overs here. Dylan 2 for 26 off 3. At Sydney Uni 5 for 65 off 10. As I said, you are listening to our coverage here of the T20 Cup on Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM, brought to you and delivered by our great station sponsors in Menulog to take you through the next 5 overs. Kiwi Mick and Georgia.
Thank you, Matt Mears. Yes, so Manly on top here. Sydney University 5 for 65 after 10 overs. And Davies bowling a great spell. He's batted well today and he's bowling well in this match with the left arm spin. Flights it up, chance. Oh, what fielding on the fence. Incredible stuff.
Another one tastes the dust.
Another one bites the dust, the Queen Classic. That was great fielding.
No, he tasted it.
Oh, well, bites is good enough for me.
Oh, far out. I was going to call us the dream team, but I think that's gone out the window now.
No run back to the bowler. Davies, really economical stuff here. 3.3 overs 2 for 14. Sliced away through the gap for 1. It was Henry Snyman with that shot. Oh, if he nicks that, saves him for the LBW.
It can't be like, surely you can't give it out when only the wicketkeeper is appealing.
I know. As Collier gets one.
I mean, at least a, huh? Like,
yeah
maybe.
But the crowd's gone a bit quiet here. Reverse sweep, no run. What a spell by Davies. 4 overs, 2 for 16. It doesn't get any better than that. Economical, got a couple of wickets and batted well. He's thrown his hat in the ring for man of the match here. Has Davies. And after 11 overs, it's 5 for 68. They need 101 runs off 54 balls here. So they need over 10 and over with 5 wickets left.
I mean, we're in for a big afternoon, that's for sure.
If they can storm home here, it would be a hell of a finish, but...
I mean, at this point, let's get it as close as possible, right?
Yeah. And it will be Joel Foster, the big right armour, to steam in, bowling to Tom Collier. So Collier's 12 off 10, Snyman 9 off 9, Foster for his first over. He batted well today, Foster. Digs it in. They'll get one. Back on strike here is Snyman. So they've still got the field split out on the boundary here, just trying to... Oh, he's gone for it. Gone, caught. Good fielding there. Running around was Nick Tui. And Foster gets his man. And all of a sudden here, Sydney University are in a bit of trouble, Georgia Lamas for Tarrant.
The full name, am I in trouble?
No, I said Sydney University. School starts tomorrow.
Yeah, but you gave me my full name. I only hear that when I'm in trouble.
Oh, well, maybe you are. No,
oh, righto. Thanks.
Anyway.
In trouble before school even starts. Great.
I know.
Awesome. I love that for me.
So Bailey Lidgard comes to the wicket. And Manly getting 168. They lost 7 wickets. They have tied Sydney University down at the start, and now they're just picking up wickets quite regularly. And on strike now will be Lidgard, left-handed batter, as they readjust the field again. Wicketkeeper Jay Lenton out there, marshalling the troops. And it's 6 for 69. Can Manly be through to the semis next week? Well, they've got it right in front of them here. Glided away. They'll pick up one to Nick Tui up inside the circle in a short third man position. So they batted nice and steady, Manly, to get that 168. thinking that maybe it might be enough, and at the moment it looks like that. But cricket, you never know. You never know.
You
Sydney
really
University have to get a real roll on here soon, though. And it's another dot ball. Tom Collier on strike here. So he's 13 off 12. And a quiet crowd here at Sydney University Oval. Probably 80% fans here for the home side, if not 90. So here goes Big Foster again, a big frame running into bowl. Digs it in, clicked off the hip for one to the man on the fence at backward square leg. So 6 for 71 here as we come to the end of the 12th over. Foster with a tidy over here. Bit of a slow one, hoiked around the corner. And they got it covered out there on the fence. And in the end, they'll only actually get one. It was hit that hard to the man on the fence. With two of them out there. And after 12 overs, Sydney University 6 for 72. They need 97 of 48 deliveries. And overcast, quite coolish conditions here with a little bit of a wind flying around. And it looks like Julian Osborne's going to come back into the attack. So they've rotated their quick bowlers and spinners quite well here, have Manly.
They really have. They've been keeping Sydney University guessing the whole time as well. And they're not letting the batters get used to one specific bowler too.
Yeah, they played well here. With a great run chase earlier in the day, they had to chase 194 to beat Eastern Suburbs, and they did it with 15 balls left. And they only lost 2 wickets in that run chase. So here goes Osborne now. He's only bowled 1 over, Osborne, so they've saved. They've got some overs up their sleeves for him for the end as he runs in now. Wide down the leg side. We will have some round the ground scores soon as a lot of the quarterfinals are finishing or close to be finished very soon. Here goes Osborne again. Oh, what a ripper. Yorker bowled off stump. Nearly took the stump out of the ground. He is one hell of a player.
It rattled the ground as well.
That was a great Yorker.
Oh my gosh.
That was a great Yorker. And it's 7 for 73.
Yep, I think we know what is going to be happening here at this point. I mean, as we've said, can't say anything. You can't really say anything until the game ends.
You never quite know.
You never know.
But yeah, it's
I mean, we can say all we want with Kiwi Viz and with predictions and everything, but you know, it really does go down to the wire sometimes.
And it will be Cameron Friendo to walk out to the middle. 7 for 73 in the 13th over. Who would have thought? Are Manly peaking at the right end of the competition, maybe?
Potentially.
Yeah. That was a Yorker of high quality. Any bowler would be happy with that one. And he's 2 for 5 off 1.1 overs Osborne. And now he's bowling at the tail.
I mean, he's going to be cleaning up the tail at this point.
Yeah, he could. Manly might have some dinner reservations, the old saying.
Yeah.
The way this is going.
They've got somewhere they've got to be.
They are just rattling through the wickets here.
Although I must say there was a bit of a celebration earlier on. Joel Davies, one of the wickets he took, was pretty M-rated. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I saw that
he
celebration.
May have to be a little bit careful with how he does celebrate, because that could potentially end with a suspension.
Yeah, you could get suspended for that sort of thing if it's a bit of over the top with your celebration. We don't need to say too much.
Yeah, we don't need to say too much,
mean.
but you know, being in the nature that it was,
you got to be
careful.
To
be careful, because if they do dish out a suspension, depending on what it is and how long it is, or if it's just a fine, I mean, could impact whether he plays the next match.
Yeah, and he's been so good in this game.
Exactly, like you don't want to see that as well.
Right up in the block hole, no run, through to the keeper.
How was that not a wide?
Yeah, that was close, that one. That was very close to a wide, wasn't it?
How was that not a wide?
No, it was just inside the in the wide line.
All right, stretch a little more, boy. Come on. It's always fun with the batters sitting there like, huh, what?
Osborne again. Slower ball, driven. And 4. Good shot down the ground there by Tom Collier. He had to hit that perfectly to beat that fielder on the fence with Zach Sriwatha down there. They needed that one. Just got to get a few boundaries going somewhere.
Just some consistency.
Yeah, they need to get a bit of a roll. You never know.
I mean, singles are great, but I mean, we need a little more.
Hoiks it round the corner for 1. Oh, in fact, no, yeah, they'll just settle for the 1. Osborne, though, 2 for 12 off 1.5. Collier's on... Excuse me.
I know, the air's fresh, isn't it, hey?
It is. It is, so... Here goes Osborne. Driven over the top. Bounces towards the boundary. And saved. Good fielding out on the fence there. They're going to come through for 3. That was Joel Foster.
He might earn the nickname Twinkle Toes after that. I don't know. He did well to get across
pretty well
to
to get there as well. So Manly's put in some good fielding.
Did well to get across to it, to stop it, and then also to get himself back up. Because I had that yesterday, remembering that I wasn't wearing spikes, and I went to push up and almost fell flat on my face. I went, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing joggers.
So Sydney University, 13 overs gone. They're 7 for 84. And they need 85 of 42 deliveries. 85 of 42 deliveries with 3 wickets left.
I mean, still doable. It's a lot of 2s, so better get running.
Yeah. So Frendo on strike again. Here goes Tui. Oh, splits the fielders. Will it roll all the way? Yes, it will. Great shot through point by Frendo, and the crowd's back up and at him here at Sydney University Oval. That was a great shot on anyone's book.
That was an amazing shot. It was straight out of the textbook, page 53. Fantastic work.
Yeah. And it rolled along that outfield, so Frendo is 10 off 3. Faces up again. Goes for it. There's a man out there. He'll get 1.
Didn't quite get all of it either.
No.
It was almost that like hesitation as you're in the shot. You're like, oh no, there's someone out there.
So Collier back on strike. He's 19 off 16. Can they make a surge here at the end? Definitely they've got the home crowd behind them. And look at all the fielders up in the circle here. They can sense a wicket. Oh, he finds the gap and that'll be 1.
He's saying, if you're going to stay out there, I may as well just keep hitting it to you. I mean, it's an easy single. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on Frogbox and Sydney Sports Radio.
And a pleasure bringing you the company today. The coverage as Tui gets back to his mark. Friendo 11 off 4. Can he find some more boundaries here? Over the fielder. Wow. It's not. Well, was it going to go for 4? Yeah, it is.
It does.
Good shot by Friendo over the covers for 4. He beat the fielder inside the circle there, Crothwaite. And he gets another boundary. Friendo, 15 off 5. So he's striking at he's striking at 300.
Good maths, mate. Good job.
Got the overkiss out.
Brushed off the dust, hey?
I know.
Careful.
Jeez. Strokes it away for a single. So Tui's actually conceded a few runs out here.
Been a little expensive now.
Yeah, 2.5 overs, no wicket for 25 and a score of 7 for 95. So Collier 20 off 17. He's hung in there. Can they surge late? You never know. LBW shout naughty. Yeah, he's gone. Collier's gone. That could be the final nail, I think. And Tui gets him. He gets his man. 14 overs gone. Sydney University are 8 for 95. They need 74 of 42 deliveries.
The college vibes be out and about, I tell you what.
I know that.
I mean, the only thing
so what
I
do
missed out
people
on,
like? Does any people board here or anything like?
Yeah, that's the colleges. So St Paul's, St Andrews, Wesley College, and there's I think maybe 2 more. There's the women's college. I can't remember what it's called. Like there's I think 5 of them, something like that. But that was like the only experience I think I missed out on.
Yeah.
Not being here, but I mean, the costs to get in are insane.
For this university, eh?
Yeah. To board here, massive.
So there are people that do board here. It's quite a big complex.
And like they have like competitions and stuff like that between the colleges, like rugby games and everything. Like it's such a great atmosphere as well. Like it's awesome.
So 8 for 95, 14 overs gone. As Kieran Tate is out there earlier than what he would want to be. And it's going to be Julian Osborne to continue. 2 for 16 off his 2. Manly are right on the cusp of a semi-final appearance next week now. Oh, what a delivery that was.
That stuck in.
That one just weaved around, didn't it? Oh, great delivery. Out the back of the hand, I think, that one. This is a good shot through the covers, but there is a man on the fence. They're going to go for 2. They've got to. And they're home.
Nice. That was nice teamwork all around from the fielding team as well.
Yeah, so Friendo there with a good shot.
How have the lights not come on yet? Pretty dark, hey?
Yeah, it is. So Friendo's 18 off 8. He's the only hope for them now, really. Swing and a miss through to the keeper for no run.
Yeah, I did a couple of those. I've done a few of those in my time.
Yeah.
They hurt. As you watch the ball go past, you're like, no, I missed out. Missed opportunity there.
And it really is cooling down now. Might throw that jumper on very soon.
Oh, you're as bad as me as you.
I'm giving in. They'll squeeze out a single here, an unorthodox shot as he walks away and chucks the bat out there to...
Bat was in the next suburb over there.
But they will pick up one.
Can't take you anywhere, mate. Far out. Stop playing with my hair.
So here goes... It wasn't me.
Yeah,
here
no,
goes
it wasn't you.
It was someone else.
This
is a blazing shot. This could be 4. Yes, it is. And that brings up the 100 for Sydney University. Beautiful shot there.
I think it's about time for Mearsy and Shane to call some actual sport rather than just commentate about what they're watching on the iPad.
Yeah, so...
We heard that. That was hilarious.
Here goes Osborne again to complete another over. Oh, another one of those ziggy-zaggy balls. He's got some ball deliveries up his arsenal. 8 for 102 after 15. I got to go, Matt Mears. There you go.
Thank you, Kiwi Mick, and we'll remember that. As I said, we can multitask here and watch some other things and watch this game unfold. And what a game that is unfolding.
In Kiwi's case, we just got to be very careful because that could have just gone in the wrong direction.
Let's just pretend nothing happened, and it's 8 for 102 here.
Oh, used to miss the fun bit.
Oh,
we had the uni captain Tim Cummings up here having a chat with us along with his parents who are just sitting behind us.
Yeah, well,
so thank you very much, Tim, for the quick chat whilst you were talking to Mum and Dad. Appreciate it.
Dylan will continue, and it's hoiked down the ground. He might find some ground, but it's well in. From the sweeper out there at mid-wicket, it's only a single. I said we do thank you all listening to our Kingsgrove Sports and a T20 Cup Finals coverage here. Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM. And I said proudly delivered by our great station sponsor in Menulog. As Dylan comes in again and he flights it up, and Tate finds the fielder out there at Cow sweeping on the boundary. They pick up another single to the total.
Yeah, no, because Tim come up and saw us. He said, have you been here all day? We're like, yeah. He said, if we'd known that, we would have listened to your call for the early game for Eastern.
Glad to see he's following us on Facebook. As the next one comes down the ground, gets the under edge, but Dylan gets it in his follow through, no run.
Well, we can tell you that in the game out at Pratton Park, Western Suburbs have made their way to one of the semi-finals, winning by 8 wickets over Fairfield.
Oh, goes the hoik down the ground. Probably not exactly where he wanted it to go, but he found some space. Tate runs well and gets back. The ball goes through to Lenton, and Frendo gets home as well. So a well-run 2 there from the students.
Out of Banks. Oh, sorry.
Next delivery. They're getting through him fast here now. Again, they're going for it. They find some open territory. Will they come back? Yes, they will. Tate's coming to the danger end and makes it back, making the boundary riders having to put in the hard work there, but couldn't cut off the 2. So Sydney Uni aren't going to die wondering. So we'll get a score update at the end of the over, Shane, as next delivery comes in and nicely covered, driven through the gap. There is a sweeper out there. Can't cut it off. Much needed 4 runs to the total for the students. And they said, what a way to finish the over. 2-2-4. Dylan's 4 overs, 2 for 36. And with 4 overs to go, Sydney Uni 8 for 112. Frendo's 28. Tate is 5. And it's 57 required, Shane, off the 4 overs.
It definitely is there, but obviously going back out to Bankstown Oval. Bankstown hosting Northern Districts. Districts batting first, got 7 for 193. Bankstown in response are 2 for 43 in that match. And in the other match at the moment, Mossman 5 for 137 in what looks like it may be a rain-reduced match, obviously to a couple of delays, but we'll try and give you a full-time score on that one before we go off air, because it may go for a little bit longer.
I said Tui to come back here for over 17. Tate gets it over the top of Osborne there inside the circle. 4 runs. As I said, the faithful here, not one of them has left. They want to cheer their Chargers home.
Yeah, it's just having a look at the field then. They're obviously not in the power surge setup, so they've still got the 4 outside, but just able to sit there and just ramp it up and over the top of the short third man there, and you'd almost be pushing either long on or long off up and put your third man back into a semi-deep.
Oh, he's hit this one to the leg side, but it's well covered there on the boundary. They can only pick up 1. I said there are 3 fielders out there. Square leg, mid-wicket and long on, all patrolling that short side here of Sydney Uni Oval. There's also a fielder out in front of us here at long off and at cover sweeping. 4 inside the circles, fine leg, third man, point and a short cover, which is Joel Foster. As next delivery, slower ball, can't catch up with that one. Goes for the keeper, Lenton, no run.
That was a better delivery there from Tui, just to sit there and just roll the fingers at the last second just to make it bite into the surface and get down there. But as you said before, Sydney Uni will not go down without a fight. We know that they will play and play until they get to that last ball.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. As I said, it'll be interesting to see as well. They've used up a few of their main bowlers already, so there could be some free overs as this on a short. Pokes it round the corner, beats fine leg inside the circle. 4 more runs to the total. There's not much of a gap between fine leg and the man out there at square on the boundary, but just got enough on it to race along this to that short boundary. As I said, we talked about it coming back on, Shane. We didn't know how long they would be left in this innings, but as I said, Frendo and Tate, they're not going to die wondering here. So they're ringing the changes here. Manly, the chats are coming in.
Well, we did say earlier in the day that we needed to see an Australian type effort where you get 7 down for not many and to be able to try and bring it through. And at the moment, these two are trying to get there.
Comes in again, and it's Hoyt down the ground. Caught! What a catch on the boundary. Zach Trewartha goes up AFL style, plucks it out of thin air above his head. It looked like it was 6 for all money, Shane, but the young Trewartha's been able to pluck it out of thin air almost, and oh boy, that's not what they needed there. Frendo goes 32 off 18. He wanted to see him home. But now Sydney Uni 9 for 121 with 1 ball left in the 17th.
Yeah, well, you can see Zach having to go full-on specky AFL just to try and grab that, because if it doesn't, you know that it's going straight across that boundary rope for 6 here. As we can now see Darcy Mooney is coming in for the last wicket. So haven't had a chance to talk to any of the Uni guys in regards to how Darcy is when it comes to holding a bat, but I'm pretty sure most of them next.
If he's coming in at number 11.
I've seen some pretty good 11s at times.
Thank you.
Yes, I know. Yes, that was a little bit of a shameless plug for you. I have seen you about to hold it end up to win grand finals. Yeah, Glenn McGrath and Jason Gillespie for a couple of games.
I remember that innings. That was I loved them too batting at the Gabba. Oh, that is just number 10 and 11 gold.
The Zimbabwe game, that was awesome. But now the question is, if you're Nick Tui, am I putting one straight into his back foot, or am I going to try and have him hit him way out?
Last ball of his spell, and he goes for the slower ball, plays it onto the offside, but stopped at backward point. So that's the end of Tui's 4 overs. I said he finishes 2 for 34, and Sydney Uni 9 for 121 here. They need 48 off the last 3. with only the 1 wicket left in the shed.
Yes, 16 and over. Yeah, that might be a little bit hard here, but it looks like you're going to have SK Joseph come on to bowl some of his little bit of spin here. But just whilst we're getting set up, George is probably going to be quite happy at the moment. Gordon in second grade, 9 for 113. Sydney Uni currently 1 for 50, chasing. Possible 4 out of 4 for the girls this weekend.
Oh, Joseph, it goes high. And that's the last one. Manly have taken the match. They will now be through to the semi-finals next week. He tried to go down the ground. He had to take off the spinner. As I said, 48 off 3 overs required. Gets to the top edge. Roop Dillon takes the catch at backward point. And Manly, they get the job done, bowling out City Uni for 121 here. 1 ball into the 18th over, Shane. And I tell you, I said Sydney Uni would have been coming in favourites here in their home turf, but Manly have put on 2 impressive performances today to make their way through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, they definitely have, because when we sat there and spoke during the Manly innings, we thought, well, what's going to be a decent total for them to defend? That was when they were about 135. We said around 140 to 150, and in the end, to get to 169 was just that little bit too far, but they also bowled really well in those first couple of overs in the chase and were able to restrict a lot of the runs. So congratulations to Manly, one of the 4 sides going through. We already know Wests are through. We're just waiting on the other 2 results. Very likely you should see Northern Districts, depending on how that game's going. And then obviously the issues out at Coogee with Randwick Petersham and Mossman, but that result won't be known until after we go off air, so please check on Play Cricket.
Look, I don't know about you guys, but I think what I've noticed is that you guys are getting more compliments for having the Bathurst 1000 on rather than the actual calling that we have been doing. So
we've seen some text messages of where they're enjoying the commentary.
But also, here's how you present the name.
But also the fact is that whilst we were sitting there, when you were in your last spell, we could hear Kiwi Mick's voice where someone down in the front half of the grandstand.
Yeah, someone
whoever that was listening. Thank you very much for joining in.
Yeah, Kiwi was like, "Oh, thanks," as he came to check to see which car was winning, and I don't know how that stuff works.
But it was like, thank you very much to everyone that's here and listening to us at the ground. We very much appreciate it.
And we were saying that as well, the amount of times that people will bring up the footage to be like, what happened there? Did they catch it on the full? Where did that pitch? Can I be seen in the footage?
Yeah, we're in the grandstand. No.
I never said it was us.
Sure. But no, as I said, it has been a great day. 2 entertaining games of cricket, which sees Manly move along to semi-finals action. We'll go through the tail of the tape for you of this Manly chase with the students not going home happy. Patrick Z, he was caught by Osborne off the bowling of Joel Davies. 9 off 12 deliveries with 1 boundary. Attenborough, he was bowled by Osborne. 7 off 9 with 1 boundary as well. Sharma, he was LBW to Roop Dillon. 7 off 9 deliveries. Tim Cummins, caught by Crossweight off the bowling of Dillon. 9 off 11 with 1 boundary. Litchfield, stumped by Lenton off the bowling of Joel Davies. 9 off 8 with 1 boundary. Collier, he was LBW to Toohey. 20 off 18 with 2 boundaries. Simon, he was caught by Toohey off the bowling of Foster. 9 off 10 with 1 boundary. Lidgard, he was bowled by Osborne. 2 off 3. Fredo, boy, he was in for it. He was up for it, the number 9. Zach Trewartha caught him off the bowling of Toohey. That was sort of the end of it. 32 off 18. 4 boundaries, no sixes. Kieran Tate, he was caught by Dillon off the bowling of Joseph there to finish the innings. 10 off 6, 2 boundaries. Darcy Mooney finishes not out off 1 ball. No runs for him. 6 extras. And they're all out, the students. 121 off 17.1 overs as you can hear some of the team song in the background. Love to hear it. Bowling figures for Manly. Toohey, 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 34. Joseph, 1.1 overs, 1 for 6. Osborne, 3 overs, no maiden, 2 for 23. Davies, what a spell. 4 overs, 2 for 16. Dillon with his leg spin, 4 overs, 2 for 36. And Foster, just the 1 over for the skipper, 1 for 4. So, yeah, plenty of cricket to still come here on the Sydney Sports Radio Network, Triple H 100.1 FM. We will be at one of the 2 semi-finals. We will be at one of the 2 semi-finals next week. Make sure you stay tuned to our social media pages, Triple H Sport, Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM on Facebook. They will tell you our totals, they will tell you our times and our grounds next week and where you can tune in. As I said, we do thank Shane Evans, Georgia, Kiwi Mick for their efforts today. For the team, I'm Matt Mears. Thanks very much for listening to our coverage here of the Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM, Kingsgrove Sports Centre T20 Cup, delivered by Menulog.